Lost in the Script, episode 80. Madman.
But it's not really 80.
Part 2.
It's not really 80 though.
It's 80.
But it ain't.
7 point. We don't do 0.5s.
The second half of this, because we got a few new stuff in the beginning, obviously, but the second half of this is pretty much going to be old stuff, though, right? From last week that we didn't get to. We spent last week's show was 3 hours and something. That segment we talked about in the beginning was supposed to be 20 minutes. It turned into a damn hour. It turned into an hour. We very much overextended. What up, Regina? Top of the Saturday's day to the carbon-based melanin brethren, Travis Duke in the chat. How you doing? Oh, here go George. What's up, Duke? Where Travis at Scally? At that Scally way.
Where George at that gutter snipe?
Gutter snipe.
Gutter snipe.
Travis is a continuation from last week. Get off my boy Duke. Yeah, particularly the stuff we talk about when it comes to last week we were going to talk about an attempt, at least, that they want to change the banking system and go to the digital dollar. And we're going to go into, as we said we're going to go into last week, we will get to it this week, what they want to do with the fake meat and the edible bugs. So on the outside, this will be episode 80, but this is actually, as you can see here, episode 79, part 2. But it is what it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. Some recurring stories came back. We finally going to go into the kidnapping, the alleged serial killer in Missouri. We didn't talk about it. I think that was the week before last, because I didn't have any news source to go from, any articles to go from. Finally, something happened. One of the women escaped. I think that was October 12th. And people started finally writing about it and stuff. So we could talk about it a little bit, what happened. But let's go ahead and get into some of this. I didn't get a chance to make any slides for the stuff, at least the beginning of it. But we'll do just fine. Let's get to it. This is the story, the Waukesha, how you say it?
Waukesha.
I think this was in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken.
When the madman.
When the last November, when the dude ran through the Christmas parade and ran over all those people, and that very strange way that he was caught. We're gonna talk about that. He went
to the person's house and
asked for an Uber, and they offered him a sandwich. And they offered him a sandwich, and the cops just literally just walked onto the damn scene.
Can I use your phone to call an Uber? What, you gonna put your credit card in my
you gonna pay for Uber for me, or
am I paying for you, or you gonna pay for your own Uber? You gonna reimburse me the money back and I'm gonna pay for it, or?
Yeah. So a man who drove SUV into Waukesha Christmas parade found guilty of intentional homicide. Darrell Brooks was found guilty on 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide on Wednesday for driving his SUV into a crowd on Christmas parade attendees in Waukesha, Wisconsin.
He was found guilty on 6 accounts for killing 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
Also convicted of 61. That's a lot of sixes.
A lot of sixes. Last November, killing 6 people and wounding dozens more. He faces a mandatory sentence of life in prison for the convictions. Brooks, 40, also was convicted of 61 accounts of recklessly endangering safety of this with the use of a dangerous weapon, 6 counts of fatal hit and run, 2 counts of felony bail jumping, and 1 count of misdemeanor domestic battery, a clean sweep for the prosecution. Brooks represented himself in court and has been combative throughout the trial, repeatedly speaking over the judge to make the inane and outlandish arguments. Yet as the stream of guilty verdicts were read Wednesday, he looked down, put his head in his hands, and sat silently. The trial comes less than a year after he drove his red SUV into the crowd on November 21st, killing an 8-year-old boy and several members of the Dancing Grannies group. In his own closing arguments, Brooks attempted to raise questions about the vehicle and about his intent. He repeatedly said there had been misconceptions and lies told about him during the trial. I've never heard of someone trying to intentionally hurt someone while attempting to blow their horn while attempting to alert people of their presence. That's a weak ass argument.
Well, you shouldn't be driving through no crowd and no parade. So
basically, as we saw what happened, we know what happened. Once again, we go back to how he was captured. He went to After he ran these people over, he drove to a random house, got out of the car, knocked on the door, asked them to call an Uber for him. Listen to what I just said. He got out of his truck and asked for them to call an Uber for him. The guy offered him a sandwich while he waited.
And the police found
And then the police didn't drive up in cars. They walked up and just walked straight to the house. And there he goes and arrested him.
That was his meeting spot.
So it reminded me a lot of the Nipsey Hussle situation where the guy shot Nipsey Hussle and then went to they found him at the crazy house, basically.
Yeah.
He just went there. Okay.
Insane Mentally Institute.
All right. So this case is it's finally over, at least right now. He got life in prison. When we talked about this before, we talked about all the strange things that he was into. They talked about his parents. I know they said that one woman, his neighbor, said that he was crazy. He always talked to himself.
That's not crazy. I talk to myself sometimes.
And he lived with his mom. So they were saying that he was just this crazy dude who lived with his mama. He was accused of. You
talk to yourself sometimes?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think that's crazy. You know? But anyway, apparently he was accused of, he admitted on tape to sexual abuse.
To who?
A younger girl. He said it was not abuse, obviously. He was talking about the age of consent and stuff. So he one of those dudes. So he's a very strange character. But then they also tied him to the pro-black stuff. He constantly talked shit about white people and stuff. So they try to say that he did this. He's
a black supremacist.
Yeah, he did this out of, wanting to kill black people. We're going to talk about the race war that they said going on right now, later on. So this is just a strange case all around. I don't want to say he was completely a candidate to do this. He may have just been a mentally unwell man, but you never know. What are your thoughts on that?
He was programmed to do it. You know my thoughts, so this ain't no coincidence.
Let's talk about another story that happened that puts a lot of energy into the world. Ex-Minneapolis officer pleads guilty to abetting murder of George Floyd. J Alexander Kueng to serve 3.5 years in prison to run concurrently with previous sentence he was given in federal trial. One of the two former Minneapolis police officers charged with aiding and abetting the killing of George Floyd, a black man whose violent death prompted street protests around the world, has pleaded guilty as part of an agreement with the prosecutor hours before jury selection in his trial was to start.
That's not what Candace is saying, or Kanye.
Yeah, he pleaded guilty on Monday to aiding and abetting second-degree manslaughter of Floyd's killing. As part of the deal, he was served 3.5 years in prison to run concurrently with the previous 3-year sentence he was given the federal trial, though the more serious charge of aiding and abetting second-degree murder will now be dropped. The second officer, that's the Asian dude, Thao, has rejected a plea deal and will continue to trial. He told a judge in August that pleading guilty will be a lie and a sin. So what is his point, that he didn't aid in the killing of him? Just standing there letting him put his knee on his neck? He's saying ain't had nothing to do with me?
He said he ain't got nothing to do with that. And he know the Asian community gonna have his back.
Well, let me say this. He has an argument if you say this right here. Can we say that if he's aided and abetted in the killing of George Floyd, that they should also go get those Israeli IDF soldiers who trained American officers putting their knee on somebody's neck? Or did they not aid into it either?
I think you're reaching a little bit.
How is they reaching? They train these officers to do it.
It's a difference between training someone
to put a knee on someone's neck
out versus them going out and
killing somebody with what you train them to do.
Yeah, that's a part of their training, is to learn how to do that. They're supposed to do that when they're in situations to do that.
Yeah, they told them how to do it and they used it to kill someone. They ain't aiding them?
No. I think y'all hold on now. There you go, being anti-Semitic.
Oh, I'm anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic. Trying to get this channel taken down.
Nah, they can't get us.
Shit.
We should slick with it now. Yeah, y'all ain't seen, we ain't been getting banned or nothing.
He spoke too soon. Next thing y'all know, when this video
you gonna click on the channel.
It'll be gone for about a month.
No.
Where's Lost?
If we get hit now because we have no strikes, it'll only be for a week, I think.
No, we got one more December.
No. We sure?
December.
Damn.
To have a clean
I thought it was November.
Nope. It's December.
Okay. They still got us on probation, obviously. Right, Travis, some of the best combos is with self. Exactly. What? It's not going to show up now? No coincidence, and often there's an indigenous angle, like the name Waukesha.
Waukesha.
Yeah. Asian dude didn't stop it, and he didn't allow anyone to stop it, so he is good with it. The Asian cop ain't got nothing to worry about with the anti-Asian laws on the federal books now.
Regina.
That's why he's fighting.
What I was hitting around to.
That's why he's fighting. Trevor trying to take Duke down. Why is it not showing up? Hold on.
It's
y'all.
just one of those days.
Nope.
Comments don't want to show up today.
Hold on, I have to do this right quick. Let's try this again. Okay.
Nope.
Wow.
Comments don't work. Show it on the screen today.
Hold on, maybe it's because of this. Hold on. There you go. All right. Now this want to work properly. Oh wow. Travis know he right. George. All right. Next up. Exhumation to resume and bid to identify Tulsa Race Massacre victims. Look, we talked about this last week with the Emmett Till getting a statue in a movie. And we said they keep these type of stories in the media with a purpose. Is it actually to get justice, or is it keep that trauma on you?
It's trauma.
Because you ain't talking
Trauma
about
sales.
You're not talking about the reparations that the people who survived are asking for.
Yeah, because the reparations you offered them, they said,
They
hell
know.
to the no, to the no.
You're not talking about the reparations that they're asking for. You're talking about identifying more victims. You
Are you identifying these victims so that you can give their family the reparations?
Exactly. No. You're doing it to just keep this in the news. Some of the 19 bodies taken in Tulsa Cemetery and later reburied that could include remains of victims in the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre will be exhumed again starting Wednesday, part of a bid to gather more DNA for possible identification. Now they're saying they're trying to figure out who the people are. Once again, if you identify who they are, is there going to be any sort of justice, a justice claim that their descendants can get?
They're going to have to look into a study for it.
You're going to do this, get all these names. They're going to have a ceremony with the family members. They're going to put all this stuff out, and then they're going to say, we need a study to give these people what they deserve, and then nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, that's how the game go.
The latest examination of bodies, some of which were taken last year from Oak Lawn Cemetery in northeastern Oklahoma. By the way, whatever happened to the whole, wasn't Native Americans awarded half of Oklahoma?
Over half the state.
Including Tulsa?
Yeah, Tulsa is one of the places.
So what happened with that?
The Native Americans are investigating the situation.
And what's crazy is they were awarded half the state because they had a case where a Native American man allegedly assaulted a woman, and when the state tried to prosecute him, the Native American tried to step in and said he was on Native land when he committed these crimes, this alleged crime. So they were actually defending a man.
He's a sovereign citizen
who did something illegal. They used that to get the land.
Well, no. According to the American laws, it's illegal what he did. We don't know what the laws for the indigenous, quote unquote, Mongoloids laws
indigenous Mongoloids. Let me keep going. There was 14 of the 19 bodies that fit criteria for further DNA analysis, according to the city spokesperson, Michelle Brooks. These are the ones that will be re-exhumed. The 14 sets of remains were sent to Intermountain Forensics in Salt Lake City, Utah, in an attempt to identify them. Brooks said 2 sets will have enough DNA recovered to begin sequencing. It wasn't immediately clear how many of the 14 would be exhumed a second time. Brooks said the remains will be reburied in Oak Lawn, but the previous reburial drew protests from about 24 people who said they were descendants of massacre victims and should have been allowed to attend the ceremony, which was closed to the public. So what, you dug up these people's bodies the first time, buried them, didn't allow the family to be there.
Then dug them up again.
Now you digging them up again? Jesus Christ.
We don't play with the dead.
Damn. Intermountain Forensics is seeking people who believe that the descendants of massacre victims to provide genetic material to help scientists when they begin trying to identify remains of possible victims. It will be followed by another search for bodies in the area south and west of the areas previously excavated in 2020 and 2021. None of the remains recovered thus far are confirmed as victims of the massacre, in which more than 1,000 homes were burned, hundreds were looted, and thriving business district known as Black Wall Street was destroyed. So they're trying to say there's only 75 to 300, but we've heard a number way higher than that.
Yes.
So what is going to come from this? I don't get it. You keep digging these people up, reburying them for no reason, it seems.
Playing with the dead.
It's crazy.
Let them rest.
They let them rest. It's
They've gone.
What's done is done at this point, especially when they're already in the ground. Almost every black, unless you're going to give reparations. Let me say that. Almost every black officer at this Tennessee Police Department says they experience discrimination. If you are a black officer, you have to work 5 times harder. One officer anonymously told an outside review firm.
That doesn't mean you're in shape. They ain't giving y'all donuts. Instead of using police cars, y'all got to run the victims down.
Yeah, they don't happen no more. Almost all
you look athletic.
You the ones that got to run. That's why they hired you. You the runners. Almost all the 15 black officers at the police department of Knoxville, Tennessee, have felt discriminated against, according to the external review of the department, and none of them thinks the promotional process is fair either. The recent release review was conducted by 1CP Solutions, a consulting company that specializes in improving policing. It was commissioned by Knoxville Police Department new chief Paul Noel, who took over the role in June. The findings come at the heels of years of allegations, scrupulously colored by Knoxville News Sentinel, of racist behavior in the department, which serves a town with more than 180,000 people, and leadership had attempted to conceal an officer's racist comments and deter a black officer from making a complaint about the incident. The controversy was indicative of a larger problem of racism in the department, multiple officers told Knox News at the time. Mason was back in the news, Mason, Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
They found out one of the officers, Caucasian, had racist tweets. And I'm like,
they surprised?
That's how I agree. How are you surprised? And it's like, it's constantly being proven that maybe it's time for you to get rid of the police, and the city should pay for their own private security for the city.
Oh, it's time to get rid of the police?
And have your own private security. That's what the Jews do. Speaking of, we can talk about them later.
So you would defund the police.
That's not defunding, that's replacing.
So your motto is replace the police.
Bro, you got officers with racist shit. How I'm supposed to walk around with the cops supposedly serve and protect, and they got shit on Twitter talking shit about me? Let alone the private messages.
So you think black people should police their own community?
I've been saying, yeah. Okay, now you're just asking the question just to ask. Okay, you missed the journalist. Okay,
well, there are some blacks prejudice towards their own people too.
How bad? Oh, so now you're talking about what's that movie? Menace to Society. The dude came with a gun.
Think you tough?
Oh, you talking about Don't Be a Menace? I hate my gums because they black. I hate Whoopi Goldberg's lips.
Funny. No, you doing the funny part. Don't be a menace to society while drinking your juice in the hood.
Yeah,
I'm doing menace to society. No, that wasn't menace to society. That was Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, that was Boys in the Hood. You menace Boys in the Hood.
You think you tough? When they came to his house
after he shot someone breaking his house. Yeah.
When they pulled him over, him and his friend.
No, you talking about? See, you mixing up Don't Be a Menace and Boys in the Hood right there.
Okay. Don't try to take that line,
boys
dude.
in it. No,
it was Boys in the Hood.
The cops came when he shot.
It was a scene. No, that was when he was a little boy. The scene
when
the person tried to rob his father's house.
Yeah.
He had seen him again in the future he was with Trey.
Yeah.
When they got pulled over.
Yeah. I know you're talking about that. Yeah, you're right.
And he was always crying.
He's trying to be tough. You think you tough?
Well, yeah, there's some black people that are prejudiced.
I would much rather a private black well, I won't even say black, a private security force over my city that my taxes can pay for.
I mean, Shannon Sharp said the only time you see a black woman in his arm is she holding it for the police.
Now, why you bring that up? We're not talking about Shannon Sharp. Why you bring that up? You just wanted to get that off,
I
didn't
can't
you?
believe that Negro said that.
You want to get that one off, didn't you?
Ooh. Trauma.
The
That's trauma.
Yeah. He done been through some
Childhood trauma, adult trauma.
Yeah. The news climate assessment relies on focus groups and an anonymous survey in which almost all the department's roughly 360 sworn officers and most of its about 100 non-sworn personnel responded. The survey was open for 2 weeks at the beginning of August. The results offer a rare, bare-bones look at the department's internal culture and point a stark picture of ongoing racial divides. If you are a black officer, you have to work 5 times harder, and officers will always second-guess you, an anonymous officer says in the report. And another one says, when applying for posted positions in training, if more than one black officer apply for the job that has multiple open slots, only one black officer will get selected and the other one will be told to wait until the next posting.
They can't have
that's
too
called,
many at a
what
time.
they call that?
Gatekeeping.
No, what they call that? What's called hiring? Percentage-based hiring.
Okay.
I only got to hire one of you per opening. I only got to hire one of you per, what's it called? Like, that's how this is why, and a lot of people might not agree with this. I know you do. Do you believe in getting rid of affirmative action?
Yes.
Because if you get rid of it and they don't hire you, it is what it is. Now you're not just the one token person at the damn job.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Only
Then
about
you don't have to worry about other immigrants and minorities taking things too. So it just all is a.
Only about a third of the department's 15 black sworn officers said they felt they have voice within the organization or that the supervisors are receptive of their concerns or feedback. The report shows 12 said they felt the organization discriminated against them because of their race. Black officers were also least likely to say they felt there was a clear process for de-escalating problems internally. Yeah, it's funny. Y'all can talk.
They don't de-escalate problems out on the street.
Yeah, why would you do it internally? Remember that about of the dude who was about to beat up on the dude in the car, and the woman tried to stop him. He turned around and choked her. She was a female cop, and the cop choked her. I think he was not the chief. He was he was over her, some type of supervisor over her.
He had to put that rage somewhere. He's trying to.
The steroid induced. That's why the highest level of domestic violence is amongst police officers and their wives, or police officers and their husbands. The women are violent too.
Yeah,
the female cop
case with a female.
Yeah, female cop will put hot rounds or beat on her husband too. Like, it is what it is. I don't know, man. If they'll beat on a significant other, what do you think they're gonna do to the regular Joe walking down the street? They see Jamal, they see Jake, they see.
when you had that power where you believe you above the law.
Yeah.
You just feel that you can do anything and say anything and put hands and foot on people.
Yeah, it's a dangerous game. That's why I said private police force. Smiley, what up, man? There are goals and we are fuel for their satisfaction. I knew you were about to say that. Indians are forever getting land and opportunities. Is that true?
What?
Do Indians really get that much opportunities and land? Or they just constantly ripped off and stolen from?
Are you serious?
I'm asking a question. I'm being a journalist right now.
Yes, they get opportunities in land. The Indians own casinos. Also, the name Indian Affairs. That is Section A.
You know, growing up, we didn't call it Indian Affairs. It was in your fur.
Well, that's how they talk.
Blacks get surveys. Exactly. They get land, you get surveys. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. The Native American dude, he did a crime and his people got land for it. Think about it for a second. He committed a crime and he got half a state for it. Your ass don't do nothing. You get shot or put in jail. You don't get no land. When they do something wrong to you, your parents or your girl, your wife or something, they might get some money for them killing you.
Yeah, death.
Your death will get something, but you committing a crime and living ain't gonna do nothing for nobody.
It would be laying you in jail.
One line, it will do something for somebody when you go to jail, become a part of the prison industrial complex, and you start doing free labor.
Exactly.
For these corporations, you making cell phones and clothes and shoes and shit in there for them for free. I'm sorry.
Got land for you.
You're getting 30 cents an hour, so it's not free, quote unquote.
They got government land for you.
Oh yeah, they got good land for you. 3 square. What they call it? Three hots in the cot. That's
Fertile land.
3 hots in the cot for you too. My mom and me agree the media keeps recycling these historical trauma porn to trigger distractions in your conscious mind, keeping you subconscious in chaos, disrupting common sense thinking. Exactly. That's what I was. Yeah. Why are we still? No offense. Why are we still talking about Emmett Till?
Because they feel that his crime would. We could say they're still talking about Emmett Till because they feel that his crime has not. The people have not.
It ain't
been
gonna
punished
happen.
for it.
By the way, I'm not talking about us talking about it. I'm talking about them. Why do they keep talking about it? Because they know nothing's gonna come from it.
It's a joke. It's a laughing.
Then you got the Tulsa situation, Black Wall Street. They know they're not gonna do anything about it.
Another crime
And the fact that
against black people that have not been dealt with.
And they know that Tulsa isn't the only one. It's 1,000 of them across the West Coast that existed. The fact that they only bring up this one, not the one in North Carolina, not the one in Florida, not the one in New York, not the one in Oklahoma, the other one in Oklahoma, lets you know that it's mocking you. Really, it's meant to just keep you in constant, just downtrodden. This man, they just look how they do us, man. Man, look, as I said, how you said, you need protection, and sometimes it ain't physical. Sometimes your protection is spiritual and mental. Sometimes you got to separate yourself from certain things. Like we talked about this last time. Should you show your kids growing up certain movies? Even if it's a movie you watched and it was good, should you show your kid Menace to Society?
Why not? It's culture.
Should you show your kids Boys in the Hood?
Why not? It's culture.
I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying.
Isn't that preparing them for the world?
No, hold on. What am I preparing them for?
Are you saying you're preparing them for trauma?
Exactly.
Okay, then
I'm preparing you for trauma.
And not
before you
see
even
what the world is and see how it turns out for them.
Before you even step foot in the world, I'm telling you, this is the shit they can do to us.
Yeah, they should be aware. They should know.
I'm not saying they shouldn't, but should they know this at 11?
Hold on. We were just having a conversation about the Cosbys and the Fresh Prince.
Oh, see, I know you want to bring this up. See, hold on. We didn't prepare for this. You're going to extend the show again.
Okay.
This is going to be a 30-minute conversation.
No, it ain't going to be a 30-minute
All right, go ahead. Go ahead,
because I'm straight to the point.
All right,
I'm precise.
Say
I don't
it.
beat around the bush and go down the block and come up the street.
Say it.
So you're saying that you should not tell.
I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm asking the question.
Well, I feel like you saying that you shouldn't be showing your kids these movies.
I didn't never say that. Y'all can, anybody in the comments who want to. When did I say that? I didn't say that.
Before they even enter the world. But you saying with the Fresh Prince with the Cosbys, them growing up in
Hold on, you gotta put context in that.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Context.
Them living in Bel-Air, especially Hillary and Carlton, they couldn't go to Compton or Watts because they would not blend in and fit with the people. And you said the Cosbys coming from Manhattan would not be able to go to Harlem or the Bronx. Well, if they see these type of movies and stuff, they've already experienced that part of their community that they're not true. Around.
We know a whole bunch of suburban people that watch those movies, go to college and turn into the biggest coon. And a lot of them end up being Democratic shields.
Who?
All those blue checks. They watch those movies.
No, you said they the new blacks.
Yeah.
They get on Twitter.
They suburban. They watch these movies like Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society, and they think that's black identity. That's not black identity. That's the shit niggas go through.
Well, if that's the shit niggas go through, that would be.
That's not an identity. See, now we're going to another thing.
That is an identity.
Hold on. Now we go through.
Not identity?
Okay. Now we're talking about something else. Should you build your identity out of your trauma?
I would say should you build your identity out of your
That's
trauma?
What we're doing when we do that. We're building our identity, who we are, out of the trauma we go through. It's not positive, it's negative. We're building ourselves out of the negative things we go through.
Sometimes you don't be making no damn sense.
Explain.
I'm not trying to have a 30-minute back and
okay.
forth.
I think that one stumped him.
It didn't stump me. It didn't stump me at all.
Travis deep down don't like blacks but love the bunnies.
That's you, George.
Without affirmative action, you won't be a legal token. Exactly. Google claims African American benefits white women more than anyone else. That's the crazy part. That's why it's funny when they call black women what's the name they put on black women?
Welfare queens.
And then they brought a black woman on stage and said she's a recovered welfare queen.
Well, she did.
She
it.
now has a job.
She did it.
That was crazy. The gall to do it.
I don't feel sorry for a person that would get up there and do that type of clownery shit.
$5 Indians, exactly.
Mongoloids.
It amazes me how many.
And Caucasians.
It amazes me, yeah.
It's crazy.
When we say $5 Indian, we tend to talk about the Mongol. There's a lot of white people. A lot of white people that claim Native American.
Well, they running from their identity.
They're trying to claim heritage in the country so
if
they can.
They be black.
Show your kids what? Show your kids meteor man. Show your kids 5 heartbeats. Show your kids Travis so they know not what to be.
what not what to be. Okay.
Travis going off his feelings. They didn't send me a notification. What up, Tommy? Hey, it is what it is, man. You're here now. Bingo. Building identities off trauma. Duke wins. See? African American was affirmative action. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought you said African American. Okay, affirmative action. I'm sorry. Travis is not about that rebirth. I'm just saying, should you, when we talk about Tulsa, but always been in the news, Till always been in the news, Martin Luther King getting shot always in the news. It's like, damn.
So you're saying you should show your kids only the positive things of the culture.
I'm not saying
let them go out into the world and experience and have their own experience. A blind eye.
I'm not saying you only show them the positive. Okay. I'm saying you have to have balance too, don't you?
Yes, you do have to have balance.
Okay.
You don't show them everything that's
and by the way, I'm talking about kids. I'm not talking about when you got a son or a daughter who 19, 20, 22, 20. Like, I'm not saying.
What age we talking about?
I'm talking about 10, 8, 9, 10, 11.
These kids walking around here nowadays, 5-year-olds got cell phones.
What that mean? Why they got a cell phone? The parent gave it to them.
That's the parenting, right?
So
I'm talking about those parents who would give their child a cell phone at 5 years old. Should have no problem showing the movies that you just listed.
That don't mean they have to show them the movies.
Shit, why not? They're a 5-year-old on a phone on TikTok.
That's a good point. And there's more dangerous stuff on TikTok.
The little girl gonna be showing her ass by the time she's 7 on TikTok.
Damn. That's real trauma.
That's trauma for the father. That's trauma for the father and mother.
And it's her too, because it's gonna set her up for more trauma in the future. So, you made your point, okay? You made your point. I want to talk about this one. This is Willie D live. He broke this. I don't know if he's the first one who broke it, but it seemed the video about it is constantly leaked to his page. But he put out a story where he interviewed the parents of two. Well, I don't know if it was just 2 children, but some black children who were injected with what they say was an unknown medication. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. I think we're gonna need to watch 4 or 5 minutes of this. It was a whole hour-long interview he did with them, but we just need the first 5 minutes to get the gist of what happened. So hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay.
On what
hopefully y'all can hear it.
My understanding is basically that anything with the incident is to be, I guess, discussed with them. So
they say they don't know. They have to talk to you guys. I just need to know the dosage and even the color of the vial top.
So all of that information Risk has per the incident report.
Okay, no, they don't, because we've already talked to them, sir. They don't have that because they have a limited incident report, rather. They do not have that. If they had that, I wouldn't be calling the pharmacy. So you're saying that you guys included the dosage as well as the color of the vial top.
I'm sorry?
You included the initial dosage that's in the vial as well as the vial color, the top color.
You're saying I included that?
I'm asking you, are you saying to me that in your report, you included the initial dosage that was in the vial itself before any type of dilution was supposed to take place, as well as the color of the top of the vial? That's in your report. That's what you're saying.
So I'm not going to speculate what's in the report since...
Because it's not in there, sir, because we've already inquired about this.
Okay. Justin, so who filled the report? Who filled out the report, Justin? Weren't you in charge of filling out the report?
the pharmacist that oversaw the intern.
Which was who? Pam? Because last night you
Pam
said
did not
that
put that in there.
so last night you said you took ownership of what happened.
As the pharmacy manager over the pharmacy,
Okay.
I take ownership.
Justin, we need the dosage.
I need the dosage of what was given to my
Okay,
child.
well, unfortunately, I've been instructed that any
Fuck you, bitch.
risk-
Hang up the phone, India, because I'm sick of this bullshit. I am so sick of this. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it.
So you won't tell.
Family, what you just heard was a conversation between the Carroll family, a passionate conversation between the Carroll family and pharmacists at the HEB, where their daughter, Mila, and her cousin, am I right to say her cousin?
Her niece.
Yeah, niece. What am I doing here? Her niece, Grayson, was given adult doses of was it some type of COVID? Was it supposed to be some type of COVID medicine?
COVID-19.
He was scared as hell to say that.
Willie,
Willie did not want to say COVID.
he know that can get his damn channel
He
shut
did
down.
not want to say
So
COVID.
what is the thing? So the
They took their-
pharmacist is accused of giving them the wrong
Dosage.
for COVID-19.
But it's also saying that they didn't even know what medication it was because the cap color was a different color.
So are they saying this was intentional or is it a mistake?
They don't know. That's why they're asking them. They're inquiring, like, what happened? What is the dosage that you gave him or her?
Did the little girls end up going to the hospital?
She had a sickness. Let me finish playing it.
Vaccine dose, the booster.
Adult doses of COVID-19 booster. I understand that these girls are 5 and 7. Am I right?
Yes.
5 and 7 years old, and they were given adult doses of this this vaccine booster. Doc, you're right. Dr. Carroll happens to be in a really peculiar position of like being a doctor, as he said in one of the audio clips that I listened to. He's in a unique position of actually being a person that's in the in healthcare. He is a doctor, and so most families don't have the benefit of having a doctor in their family when things go wrong, who can really ask the right questions. And it seemed like to me like you were asking all the right questions. At what point did you know that was a problem? With your daughter. And also India is in the background also. That India is your daughter and your wife right there next to you, Tara. At what point did you realize that, man, we got a problem here?
Well, the initial problem that I noted was when my daughter called me and told me that they had given our children an overdose. That was the initial problem. But then immediately my granddaughter, who is India's daughter, became lethargic. She couldn't walk. She became immediately almost unresponsive. And that right there put me on high alert.
I want to say about why are you taking your 5 and 7 year old to get boosters?
Exactly. But that's
their business.
He is a physician.
He's a doctor, but still, like they've said that this doesn't affect them. And we're gonna talk about this later. Somebody can talk about last week. They said it's comparable to a seasonal. Like, why?
Scared to say it.
I can't say it.
Why can't you say it if it's in the article? Well, we can say it when you read the article.
I'm waiting till we read the article. I just want to walk away from them saying it's an unfortunate story for them, but I don't understand why that position was even possible. And the pharmacist didn't give a damn. He really just wanted to get off the phone. Like, y'all calling me about this. It's whatever.
He said, I don't accept the accountability as a manager of the pharmacy
And
that
moving
I
forward.
take all
It
responsibility
happened.
for
Basically
it.
saying it's happening. What we can do? Sue? It was a
Go ahead and
mistake.
sue.
It was a mistake.
So is that the next step to sue?
I would imagine that's what they're gonna do. They're talking to Willie D Live about this. They want to get out public on
He
this.
stuttering too much.
Yeah, Willie was scared to say COVID. Willie was definitely was shaking in his boots.
I thought we were about to get a beat going.
All right, hold on. Let me see if y'all said some things. Am I recording right now? No, okay. The important formative years of the mind is from birth to 7 to 10, according to the social engineering specialist. Exactly. Matter of fact, you can make an argument that the ages of 2 to 5, the ages of 2 to 5 is where you really can prepare your child for certain things. Travis loved what Master have built for us. Admitted Duke, he loved it.
Master ain't built shit for us. 80 West, we built this shit. George, you should know better to say some bullshit like that.
Why send your kids through that?
Or FBA Friedman. I'm not associated with any particular
nigga. Why do you talk?
Organization. All great people on both sides.
On both sides.
Both sides are great people.
They tried to give me the virus. I beat the virus.
ADOS, FBA, Friedman.
Both sides, great people.
Great people, both sides.
Fake news. Fake news.
Fake news.
Why send your kids through that? These parents are losing their mind. It's 2022. They should know better by now. Hey, bruh, that's why I don't want to say it in a disrespectful way, but it's like, come on.
Sometimes when we trying to get rid of our kids and get them out of house and into school because we don't want to deal with them.
Y'all took y'all 75.
Shit happens.
Y'all took y'all 75-year-olds to get jabbed. Shake my head. Exactly. Like, what are we talking about?
Because they want them to go to school.
That should have been the pause. Like, hold on, 5 and 7. You right. They trying to get their ass in school.
That's mommy and daddy time to walk around the house and be
butt ass naked
and do adult things.
Oh, adult things. What we'll say. Okay. Now y'all want to ask about the dosage. Exactly. What is look? The problem started when you took them there. Now the dosage was too high. My daughter, the niece was lethargic and barely responsive. Like, bruh, we've heard some trauma stories the last 2 years. We can't even talk about them because the FDA and the CDC say it's not true. Even though I got eyes, I can see.
The FDA has put a muzzle on
They put a mask on us, not just a mask. They put a muzzle on our mask.
They put a muzzle on us. We can't be free and talk about shit no more.
Yeah, they said the mask is
it's a muzzle. We're dogs, and when we take it off, we're vicious. We start biting and
we got rabies,
foaming at the mouth. And
we got rabies. Yeah. We're spreading disease of truth.
So they want to keep the mask on us to keep us quiet.
Anyway, look, like I said, that's a story for them. It's unfortunate. Hopefully the kids are okay, but it's the parents who made a decision there.
Now you know what? Now they trying to say
hold on, you gotta go in. So let me read all. Let me read the damn title first.
Damn Jews.
Kanye West has a disturbing history of admiring Hitler. Where did this come from?
I've never. You know what? I have a dislike for Kanye West, and even I'm like, come on,
bro. Let me tell you something.
Ridiculous.
Within 2 weeks, Kanye went from a bipolar dude who say some real shit sometimes, who make hip hop and fashion, to a Hitler worshiping, anti-Semitic, just all kind of stuff. Not even black supremacists, because the niggas hate him because of what he said about George Floyd.
The black people,
they mad at him for apologizing to the Jews and not apologizing for George Floyd. And I'm turning around like, look, man, George Floyd, what happened to him was not right. The men who did it deserve to be in prison.
Yeah.
But are we turning him into
what?
A martyr? Are we turning him into a deity? Making statues of him? His name is now in the heavens with the greats of all, the people who've done great things for our people.
What people have done great things for our people?
I'll say what people consider great things.
Okay.
But we saw George Floyd and Obama next to Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and all these other people.
Well, why can't they be next to them?
Obama and George Floyd?
Why can't they be next to them?
They ain't up there. When we talk about what's
not up there?
They're not. I'm saying they're not up there.
Okay.
That's me. That's my opinion.
Black people are upset with Kanye West's ass because he hasn't apologized to us about
us
making.
Oh, you want an apology?
Making White Lives Matter t-shirts.
They don't give a fuck about that. They mad about it. They saying they mad about the George Floyd. I know what it's really about.
And him making the accusations against George Floyd.
I know what it's really about.
He should apologize to us for that.
I know what it's really about, and we're gonna get to it.
If he can apologize to that community, he can apologize to the black community.
Remember what's happening with Stephen A. Smith? He said some shit to black people. Niggas was saying, nigga, that's wrong, apologize. He said, I ain't apologizing for nothing. He said something about women, how you shouldn't put yourself in a position where a man can hit on you. He got up out of there for a week. And he came back and apologized.
Exactly. Because the black community, you get to disrespect the black community and not come back and apologize. Like Stacey Abrams, why do I have, like black politicians, why do I have to campaign for the black people? It's an automatic vote.
No, don't try to twist. You talking about Terrence Crawford, the boxer, who said, why do I gotta sell myself to black people? They're supposed to support me.
Get off that man nuts and leave Terrence Crawford
Terrence
alone.
Crawford ducking. I said it. All right, moving on.
Always hating on a fellow black American. Love supporting tethers.
Who the tether?
You know who the tether is.
No, say his name. Say the name.
I don't gotta
the
say his
name.
name.
Say the name.
I don't gotta say his name.
Okay. That's the boogeyman. That's the real boogeyman.
Don't try to put someone on me. Say the name. Say the name. I'll never say the name.
Okay, several people who were once close to the artist formerly known as Kanye West told CNN that he has long been fascinated with Adolf Hitler, and he once wanted to name an album after the Nazi leader. Didn't what's that rapper name just release an album called Hitler and Hitler Wears Hermes? There's a black dude right now got an album called Hitler.
He's not relevant because you can't even remember the name.
I know his name. His name slipped me. A business executive
Don't be bringing up unrelevant people.
Oh,
try to have a counter with something you don't even know what their name. How you don't even know what their name is? You bring
his name is slipping my mind right now. I'm sorry.
Get it together.
A business executive who worked with West, who now goes by Ye, told CNN that the artist created a hostile work environment in part through his obsession with Hitler. So hold on. So because his love for Hitler, it made his work environment toxic. Not him being a narcissist, not him being a person who expects way too much out of his employees, possibly overworks them, underpays them. None of that. It's because he loved Hitler.
If I had a boss that was a Ku Klux Klan supporter and loved that, it would
you even work for him?
No, I wouldn't.
Exactly. Why the hell are you there? If he loved Hitler so much, why the hell are you working for him?
Because it's a free country and you can work where you want to work and you shouldn't have to be.
Okay, here he go with the bullshit. Go ahead and keep playing that. Like what's gonna say? The devil gonna need an advocate. All right. He could praise.
Be stressed out when you go to work.
He would praise Hitler by saying how incredible it was that he was able to accumulate so much power, and would talk about all the great things he and the Nazi Party achieved for the German people.
I don't believe it.
Exactly. The executive left his position and reached a settlement with West and some of his companies over workplace complaints, including harassment, which CNN has reviewed. Former executive asked not to be named due to his confidentiality agreement and fear of retribution by West. According to the agreement, West denied the executive allegation. The executive told what?
Can we please see the paperwork of the harassment complaint?
I'm sure they're gonna show it.
Why didn't y'all talk about this before all this shit came out? This is some bullshit.
How the hell do you
don't even need to read this article. This is a bullshit article. A bullshit article. Fake news.
Hold on, listen, Travis. I want you to. There's two more paragraphs. Just hold on. The executive left his position and reached a settlement. I already read that. The executive told CNN that West spoke openly about reading Mein Kampf, Hitler's 1925 autobiographical manifesto, and expressed his admiration for Nazis and Hitler for their use of propaganda. Come on, bruh. Come on. Bro, within a week, he's a Hitler lover.
I'm just waiting for him to apologize.
He already did twice.
No, that's not a formal apology. When he says, I'm sorry for the confuse. They don't want no confusion. They don't want no. If I hurt
they want complete submission.
They want complete submission. I apologize to the Jewish community for the lies that I've spreaded and the things I've said of being a.
He got to go to a
Hitler
Jewish museum.
Supporter. I now have a rabbi who's taking me under his wing.
He got to go to the Nick Cannon treatment.
The Nick Cannon treatment, and he gonna do it.
This is crazy.
He gonna do it, or he gonna be up the roof.
Upper roof. Now, Charlemagne the God out of nowhere said he moving like somebody's not gonna be with us long. I said, where the hell you get that from?
He gonna be up the roof.
Where do you get? Only thing I got from what's going on is he gonna be broker, not that he gonna be dead.
I mean, $400 million ain't broke.
When I said broker, not broke.
That's generational wealth he still has.
But most of his billions came from his business dealings, his contracts and stuff. But still, I didn't see death come his way. The fact that Charlemagne, the first person to say that publicly.
You say anything about that community, death comes your way.
the spirit of darkness. Spotify CEO criticizes Kanye's awful anti-Semitic remarks, explains why his music won't be removed. So I'm not even gonna read this one. They did all this hussy fuss and this music not gonna be taken off of Spotify because it brings them too many listeners and makes them too much money. And if you take him off the Spotify, it would actually hurt. And he's still signed to whatchamacallit? Or he got dropped yet?
I don't know.
He still got a record deal.
I think he do.
They told him you ain't taking the music off. That's what happened. They told him that. And to tell you the truth, if Kanye's such a Nazi lover and Hitler lover, there's an audience that's listening to his music because he's a Nazi lover and a Hitler lover. I mean, I'm just saying the same reason why he made the White Lives Matter shirts, because he knows some people gonna buy it.
Ukrainians are bumping the music.
Ain't that some? What would happen if they find out that the Ukrainians are bumping his music more?
But they're supposed to be Jewish too, but they're Nazis.
Well, so we can't go into that because when we talk about who funded Hitler.
You hear the air?
Yeah, I wish I'm gonna get. Yo, let me know. I'm thinking about getting some sound effects. Travis, he don't want sound effects. We're gonna try to be like everybody else and have sound effects so you can keep you in tune and keep you upbeat while we talking.
If we ain't keeping them in tune, then that says a lot about us that we have to go get sound effects to
wake
them up.
Who said we have to? I said I want to.
Huh?
I said I want to. I didn't say we have to. But anyway. Who really stopping them from taking it off the record label? Kanye, will West Kanye be removed from Spotify soon? Rapper, so no, it didn't get taken off. Yee's Donda Academy reopened just hours after telling students and families that the $15K a year school was shutting down, reports said. Didn't you say that his sports agency, Aaron Donald, left?
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Like, damn, Aaron, what happened?
But, what's his name?
Antonio Brown stayed.
He's a loyal.
But he's also someone who's on the outskirts.
Yeah, he said he's sticking by his boy.
Didn't he get hit with some anti-Semitic shit too?
I don't know.
No, that was Deshaun Jackson who said.
But you said why Pusha T ain't come out and say nothing.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Hold on, let me say my point. Let me say my point first.
Another black man who has a family.
Now, Big Sean understand why he ain't saying nothing because he don't really fuck with Kanye.
Okay.
But Pusha T, I ain't heard a word from you.
Why would you hear a word from him?
You gonna come out and defend somebody who you your friend?
What are you gonna say?
Well, who I know, Kanye is not no Adolf. Kanye, the man I know, is not no Adolf Hitler worshiper.
He don't know what that.
That's not true. I'm around this man. He's never spoke about no Hitler. That's an easy comment to make.
Him, he don't know what he's doing.
That's what I'm saying. He could say, around me, I've never heard that type of conversation.
But he don't have to.
What's his name, dude? The other dude signed the good music, dude.
You can show support.
The other dude signed the good music, said something.
He has a family. He has kids. He know that he can't be coming out here saying this shit.
Oh, so you coward?
His ass too. It's a coward now.
Is that a coward?
Well, Kanye West is being allowed to go out here and do all this stuff.
Oh, now we're going to that.
He's not being allowed.
How you know
to
that?
Go out here and make statements and defend Kanye West. It's a difference.
Okay.
How long until Kanye West buckle? Or
he already buckled, didn't he? He apologized.
There's lower to go.
How far can he go? Kanye
Bring
West
out them videos and pictures on his ass.
Look at this. Kanye West is no longer a billionaire, says Forbes. So Forbes, now it took them 3 years to call him a billionaire, but it took them 2 damn days to say not.
You know they was gonna do that to him.
They quickly said he broke.
He broke it in a joke.
Rappers Ye falling out of the corporate partners has cost him his status as a billionaire, according to Forbes. In the last few weeks, Ye, also known as Kanye West, has been a luxury fashion house, Balenciaga, Gap, and most recently Adidas, in a business relationship with him and anti-Semitic comments, and wearing a t-shirt with the slogan included. Oh, and the slogan linked to the Ku Klux Klan. What?
What slogan?
White Lives Matter is linked to the Ku Klux Klan. I thought that was just.
It is linked to
white
the
people.
Ku Klux Klan.
I thought it was just white people.
The Ku Klux Klan took that slogan on.
On Tuesday, Forbes, one of the leading trackers of wealth among the world's financial elites, declared it had dropped Ye from his list of billionaires. It estimated the Adidas deal accounted for $1.5 billion of his net worth, but Forbes now estimates it's a mere $400 million.
A mere. Like try to make $400 million. Like that's something you wipe your ass with.
Forbes said that the $400 million remaining of his net worth comes from real estate cash, his music catalog, and 5% stake in ex-wife Kim Kardashian's shapewear firm, Skims. Of course, it's likely that Ye can still consider himself a billionaire, given that he's complained for years that Forbes was underestimating his net worth. Forbes reportedly that in 2020, when it first listed him as a billionaire, he texted the magazine saying it's not $1 billion, it's $3.3 billion, since no one in the Forbes knows how to count.
Damn.
For this year's evaluation, Ye sent documents to Forbes claiming the Adidas partnership alone was worth $4.3 billion.
So he's still a billionaire.
And has claimed elsewhere that his net worth was about $7 billion. CNN has reached a representative Alpha West to comment. Wait, you want him to comment on them not calling him a billionaire no more? Really?
Who cares?
Do I really care? Like,
at this point, do he really care about?
At this point, well,
the
remember,
Jewish media acknowledging that he's a billionaire.
Kanye West claims he lost $2 billion in one day amid backlash of anti-Semitic comments. Now, keep in mind, he had a podcast. He went on someone's podcast. What's that dude name? He's associated with Joe Rogan. I'm pretty sure y'all know him. Joe Rogan constantly sent everybody he interviewed to this dude. I'm pretty. He said he went to MIT, but I'm pretty sure he's some type of CIA intelligence. I'm including Joe Rogan probably too. But
probably.
He said that he said I'm probably gonna have to lose my Adidas deal to stand on what I believe. He also said in the interview, Adidas. He said because it's Adidas, they can't drop me, and then they dropped him. But he said in the interview, I'm probably going to lose or leave my deal with Adidas anyway to stand on what I believe. So
what do he believe?
Hey, he said what he believed. He's defending his people from the bloodsuckers. He said he looked at all these.
With a bloodsucker.
He said we looked at all these contracts and it's always the same people in them.
He's with
robbing
a
these people.
Though. He was
with
a bloodsucker.
He got rid of her.
No, he didn't get rid of her. She got rid of his ass.
Oh Lord. But look at this. Diddy becomes a billionaire. Replaces Kanye on list of 2022's wealthiest hip hop artists as West net worth drops. Wow.
Diddy said that's what happened when you talk shit.
Now ain't that Diddy's a billionaire now. What did he do?
Back and forth with Diddy.
What investment did he do to become a billionaire this year? But he on Revolt for a few years.
But ever since Kamisha show came on there, it's just
it's just so okay.
You know,
look at him. He blood sucking off somebody else. Then
it made him millions of dollars.
Well, he blood sucking off somebody else. Then
who?
Diddy.
He's not blood sucking off her. What's her name? She's part of the City Girls. Young Miami.
What?
He not using Young Miami.
If her show is bringing more viewership and giving him more money,
you know that was bullshit. What I'm saying.
I know. I'm trying to go along with it. I'm calling him a bloodsucker because Mace has been going at his ass.
Foolishness.
Speaking against black check, speak against white check, but against the Candyman, don't say it 3 times. Your assets get canceled. Check. Speak against the black check. Speak against the white check. But speak against the Candyman, don't say it 3 times. Your assets gone.
Don't write a check your ass can't cash.
All I'm saying is, those you can't talk about are the people who truly empower. And they proving them right. He say this, and it's just a big fallout. Never heard of it before in my 42 years, and now they trying to fake bury him. Oh, yeah. Agree.
They're burying him underneath the dirt.
They call him a Hitler lover. Damn.
Out.
Travis Duke in the chat. Do any of you have to watch Kevin Berringer's YouTube page? Ray Niggas, he did an informative segment today, restrained relationship between blacks and Jews, aka Khazars. I don't know those channels. I'll look them up definitely. Kevin Berringer and Real Nagas. Oh, you know him?
Yeah,
Real Nagas. Yeah, Travis know him. He found his page. He introduced me to him. But I don't think I know Kevin Berringer. I'll look it up. Oh, there's definitely a relationship between black and Jews. Who funded the damn slave trade? They know you very well. Who them shirts belong to? I cry fake news bullshit too, Travis. Notice dude shared he got a settlement. Yeah, you waited this long. You accuse this man of worshiping Adolf Hitler, but you wait. We don't know when this settlement happened. I won't even care to know. You wait until now to give it the news to a new publication so they can put it out during a firestorm against him.
A smear campaign, that's what it is.
He apologized already after he lost $2 billion.
George said he got dropped by Def Jam.
He lost assets and he don't have much liquid cash. It was mainly endorsement. Yeah, I know that part. Yeah. He got dropped by Def Jam. How Def Jam gonna drop him? Well, he do own his music catalog, don't he? He do own his music catalog. I think he owns it. Because that's why Big Sean is mad with him, because he sold his. That's why he's mad. White Lives Matter shirts were not produced because manufacturer was told not to make them. Who told them not to make them, I wonder? Who owns all the manufacturing? Claps for sound effects. He lost too many endorsements and stuff we never heard of. He was a good tool for the man. Pusha T about his money, not about losing lifestyle. Kanye didn't lie. The Khazars and the media campaign to destroy him is only strengthening his arguments.
Yeah, we said that.
That's what's happening. What did he do? Do we really want to answer that?
Well,
what he do?
I told you what he did.
Or what did he make them do? Did he do her?
Yeah. Well, he's in the in between.
Yeah.
He has to do people, and people have to do him.
It's a sick people. Damn reptilians.
Look at George.
Diddy is always sucking off some black royalties. Black royalty balls.
Oh God.
What up, Keeper? Oh Lord. All right, let's keep going.
Wow.
Yeah, now Diddy all of a sudden, Diddy's a billionaire. Kanye's off the list, Diddy's on it. Like somebody made it this.
I bet you Diddy had the whole life rabbits.
Just to make that be.
Just to make that be, that billion. Had the whole life rabbits.
Boy, you done did some shit, boy. Speaking of shit.
Kamisha, everybody was involved. Everybody had
the whole room.
The whole bad boy.
It had seance and everything. The candles was lit. Come in
and do their part.
The Baphomet was in the middle, everything.
Tamika Mallory.
Yeah. Tamika Mallory blasts Kanye West for weaponizing black culture. Be quiet and go get some real help.
You need to be quiet, you thief.
This is why I think most people are mad, don't care about what's going on with Kanye. And it's pretty obvious, obviously. Listen to this. Social justice advocate Tamika Mallory called out Kanye West on how he's weaponized black culture to gain support for losing Kim Kardashian. What?
That was a good one, though.
Mallory appeared on Fox Soul's Brutally Honest with Jasmine Brand on Tuesday, where the activist was asked to share her thoughts on the current controversy surrounding Kanye West between wearing White Lives Matter t-shirts, making anti-Semitic statements, and getting his Adidas partnership canceled. Kanye has been in talks of the town. But Mallory thinks it's all a ploy for his rap fashion mogul to gain support after his divorce with Kim K.
What support did he need?
He's trying to weaponize other communities to help him fight his personal battle. She referenced Kanye's recent interview on Nori's Drink Champs where he attempted to defend his White Lives Matter t-shirt. In one of the clips from a recent interview he did on Drink Champs, he said, "If you don't want me to wear a White Lives Matter t-shirt, then the culture should get behind me when they take my child. So now what you're saying is we should be involved in your custody issues, your family business." No. And I don't want to keep defending him, but it's not what he's saying. What he's saying is, I'm making these White Lives Matter t-shirts because these white people are buying it at high numbers. I'm making a lot of money. Me putting that Trump hat on made me a billionaire. He said that. He said out of his mouth, I wore that Trump hat and I became a billionaire. These white people are giving me a lot of money. The same con artists you see.
Okay, so the culture should get behind me when they take my child.
Listen. If you don't want me to do stuff like that to make money, then guess what? If you get behind me, as in make me as prominent as I believe I should be, you can disagree with him on that. Make me as prominent as I need to be, then that wouldn't be possible. Who took his kids? No one's asking that question.
Who took his kids?
What is he saying? He talks in.
Oh, he's a riddle.
He rambles. No, he rambles. What is he saying? When he said on Twitter a couple months ago, "Come get me, Keon Chris. Come get me. I'm in so-and-so. Come get me." Remember when he tweeted again? Y'all trying to take my kids and turn them into prostitutes.
Well, his wife was a prostitute.
She was, and he celebrated.
He chose to be with a prostitute,
and he celebrated it. Now he's talking about Kim is a Christian. No, she's not.
He knows that's what makes you be like, what is he talking?
These people
say something that is.
These people in the industry, they use religion to cover all the other shit they do. Religion is one of the greatest, what they call it, costumes they wear. You got a lot of these celebrities call themselves Christian, Muslim. What's that? Santeria. That Santeria religion. That dude from I'm too old for this shit. What's his name? The dude who said that line, who's known for that line, "I'm too old for this shit."
Who?
The actor. Older black dude. Damn. Okay, who's the dude who's in Passion of the Christ? The white dude.
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. Danny Glover. Damn. Danny Glover is part of Santa Maria. That's a Cuban voodoo, basically. So a lot of these celebrities are into these strange religions, and most of them are just soft, watered down versions of the Eastern religions. The Hindu, which is somebody who Kyrie Irving is into that. The Hindus and the Buddhists and all that other stuff.
Kyrie Irving is a free spirit.
Oh, you're free spirit, okay. The same interview led to Kanye West being sued by George Floyd family for making statements saying Floyd died from fentanyl overdose and knocked Derek Chauvin's knee on his neck for 9 minutes.
They're not suing him no more.
Yeah, is it the uncle? One of them said they pulled back something. I don't know if that mama pulling that. I don't know if the mother pulled that lawsuit away. I think she's still, but she didn't sue. And I'm gonna say her name again, Mr. Whatchamacallit, Candace Owens.
It's Miss
Who?
Candace Owens.
No, that's somebody to do in the comment.
What?
We talking about me bringing up Candace Owens.
Why you keep talking about Candace Owens?
The record companies.
I think she's more important than we think. All right, now
Farrakhan.
Now Farrakhan had some comments about this. Hold on, let me make sure before I go into Farrakhan.
Why?
See what y'all saying. She laughing at what you said, Travis. Regina. No, Tamika didn't. She got nerve. Oh, heifer.
Heifer.
Gutter snipe.
Trifling. Scandalous. That's what she is.
Oh, Tamika didn't. She got nerve. Community help don't equal subsidizing lost billions. Well, no. What he's saying is, give me the money they giving me. Buy my shoes. Buy my clothes at the numbers they buying it. That's what he's saying.
We ain't got that money.
But I'm not saying you should. I'm saying that's what he was saying right there. What up, low key? The whole Kanye West thing could just be a distraction from the midterms and a looming nuclear crisis. Just my thoughts. We talk about the nuclear, except last week. We talk about the nuclear threat every week, and it's like the media talks about the nuclear threat, but they always paint it as Putin is threatening. I read articles from Russia, Ukraine, Europe, Middle East. They're saying that the U.S., Russia, everybody's threatening. Poland wants some nukes now. South Korea want nukes. Everybody want nukes. This shit getting lit. Not to mention recession on the way. On the way. Shit.
Exactly here.
It's been here. Low key valid points, which is what celebrities are good for. Distraction. Mm-hmm. And worse, like the various things happening in China that'll probably make its way over here coming soon. China, boy. They got the housing crisis going on over there.
The credit score thing. Whoa.
Yeah, recession been here since 2020. It been here. They've been stuffing this economy with fake money since 2008.
Mr. Barack Obama.
This shit, Danny Glover. It's much bigger. There's so much bigger stuff happening. Yeah.
And that's why I said he's not even a major factor.
Well, they're using him right now.
They're just using this cat as a distraction.
Let me show what Farrakhan had to say about the milk. Should I even show this? Yeah, I'll show this.
I like Minister Farrakhan.
Let me show this real quick. Come on, thing.
Body look a little. Whoa.
Leave the man alone.
The record companies are very satanic. When you come, it's like sharecropping, like your grandmother and grandfather on the plantation. You say,
I'm sorry, I can't ignore the fact that he's sitting in front of what's his name?
That the same thing popped in my mind about a black.
What's his name?
Sway.
Sway in the morning when the dude came in and said, "I love black women," and Sway said, "We love all women." The dude's like, dude looked down at the whole room like, "What's wrong with you?"
Sway said, "Speak for yourself, nigga."
So he says,
I like him in all different styles.
So he said, "We don't do that racism here, buddy.
We don't do that here.
Pow."
We welcome everybody here.
hey man, that's a hot song. I tell you what, I like it, and I'll front you for an album. So the record company puts up the money. You get in, they give you an advance, and they sign you, and you happy. You know, I just signed with Universal, or man, I signed with this one and that one. Yeah, right. But now they put up the money for the recording, for the advertising of your album, and they have their people in radio to play your music. Now, the advance that they give you, one of the first things you want to do is get some bling bling so you can look like the other rappers who are very successful. The owner of the record company has a Jewish brother that's in the jewelry business. So he makes you a nice little bling bling, and you can buy a little car and ride in the neighborhood like a king. And then when it comes time to settle, how did I do? Well, I did pretty good, but they say I didn't bring in enough money on the album, so I owe them money. That's the same thing your great-grandmother did on the plantation.
Yeah.
Right? So now you got to go out on the road. They own the venues where you're playing. Oh man, it's such a game that is being played. Well, how do you fix it? Some things you have to destroy. Yeah, and then some might see, in order to escape being destroyed, I'll change.
You see what he said? You see what he said? Sometimes you gotta destroy. How about leave it?
Well, that's what he said in the end. You got to leave it to be changed.
Leave. Imagine if all these black dudes and women decided, I don't want to sign to a record label. Matter of fact, I don't want to do this music. How long would it last? Because they tell you this little piece of the population, they tell you your impact ain't that big.
If black people,
if you just left
the music industry, it would be done.
You ain't got to do it permanently. Just leave for 5 years. You can even do some little indie music. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna tell you not to do music. Don't do it for a record label. Don't put it on their platforms. Put it on your own platform. If they try to put it on theirs, strike their ass like they do you. How long before they fold?
Or they take you out.
Oh, they're gonna do that too. I remember when the story of what's the dude who was with Murder Inc? Irv Gotti, who getting a lot of bad press right now with Ashanti. Irv Gotti and who was it? Irv Gotti with a Dame Dash?
Irv Gotti, Dame Dash, and Prince.
Prince
J.
Yeah, J Prince, you mean?
J Prince, whatever.
They try to start a record label, and all of a sudden, a charge. Oh, the FBI hit him.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to investigate some money going on, some money, drug dealing. What?
Because they actually knew that they had the funds to put up this record company and start it.
And they're prominent in the industry.
And
they would have got those artists. That's why I look at people like Jay-Z. I'm like, why would you sign? You're Jay-Z. You're supposed to be the guy, Hove. Why would you sign to a record deal? Why don't you have your own company? Why did you? Anyway, but then we got to ask, who owns these record companies?
We already know who owns the record companies.
That's the end goal right there. Who owns it? Who's doing this? Who owns the venues and the distributors?
It's the Jews.
And your manufacturing and the radio hosts. Who's in radio? Who are the most prominent radio people?
You gonna keep going. We know it's the Jews. It's the tiny hats. Move on. Told y'all ass he gotta go up the street, around the corner, down the block. Just say it and move on.
All right, nigga, bye. All right, because I ain't made no slides for this, and I'm sorry. This is so unprofessional. A message to black male voters. See, this we didn't get to segue into. I was gonna segue into this, but you making me just bring it on. Just go.
Just go.
A message to black male voters: don't let Republicans use you. Why not say don't let politicians use you? And this is the Grio, who now owns Black News Channel.
The Grio ain't nothing but another The Root.
And 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, I went on that channel, and it just so happened they changed the name and they uploaded their first video. I said, man, my senses just went off. I just was like, something going on with that channel. I know Byron Allen bought it. He got to be doing something with it. And they started uploading videos the second I went on it. Hey, man, it is what it is. You know, black people, we got a gift. We can read shit before it happens, I'm telling you.
Crystal vision. Dream.
As we get closer to election day this is an opinion piece. As we get closer to election day, over the next couple of weeks, you're going to hear a lot of pundits from both sides of the aisle talk about how the election is the most important election of our lives. They said that in 2022, 2018, 2016.
And you see they got a picture of that heavy set politician.
Heavy set.
Stacey Abrams.
Now, I can't understand that it's tempting to deem one election more important than the other, but I think it's a little short-sighted. However, some elections have consequences that far outweigh others, and this year, the consequences are heavy indeed up and down the ticket. Likewise, I agree that some constituencies are more consequential than others. That's just a fact of the matter, and I don't mind saying that black men are the most important consequential voting bloc in this election and will continue to be so in elections to come. Whoa!
I feel so special.
Oh, just the pander maybe it's so warm. They put a blanket on your back, don't it?
Butterflies in your stomach.
Oh, it's so beautiful to feel seen. A representation to be seen. Nigga, we passed this. Of course. I don't say this to somehow dismiss the importance of black women. Oh, you don't want to do that. The fact is that without them, there would be no us, politically or practically. However, the issues facing black men, our votes, and our voices are just as important, and yet we ignore them at our peril. They got to teach you when they talk to you, because you don't know. You don't know. No, not that you don't know your importance. You don't know what the hell going on. Let me teach you what's going on so you'll know what you should do, because you don't know what to do on your own. That's why you see so many GOP operatives targeting talking points and tactics to appeal to black men. Almost like the other side ain't said shit to you. Maybe Trump, but this started in this really started in 2020.
Black men are great people.
The great people.
Very
intelligent. What he said, my African American over there, my nigga, he didn't want to say my nigga. Well, tell me that Trump say my nigga.
My nigga.
Trump be in his office. Listen to Rich Homie Quan. But while they seek to bojangle us with whitewashes and target disinformation and outright lies, we can see the truth if we look. We can see that they don't have our best interests at heart. None of them do. I agree with that. And quite frankly,
speak for yourself.
They would use us as simple tools in their ruthless pursuit of power. What is the other side doing?
Not on my watch.
You know, it ricochets, it sounds good. See, that should be a soundbite. We should have it. We should have it as a sound. I'm just saying.
So now you're gonna steal Iyanla Van Zan's
people do that all the time.
Popular viral thing she did.
Not on my. That's why you see some. But we won't be used. That's why it's so important and so consequential that we meet this foolishness with fact. That's why when we see them in the barbershop claiming them Democrats ain't done nothing for me.
Who wrote this article?
You know who it is.
A male or female?
Do I gotta look? His name is Antoine Seawright. Antoine, I guess would be Antoine. Now listen to this. He said, when we see them in the barbershop claiming them Democrats ain't did nothing for me. So he talking about black men. Them Democrats ain't did nothing for me.
No, we say them motherfuckers ain't did shit for our asses.
Have to respond with the
kiss my black ass.
We have to respond with the direct facts that 1.9 trillion from the American Rescue Plan, the expanded child tax credit, which briefly cut child poverty in half, and the lowest unemployment rate in 50 years, with unemployment growth for black men outpacing both our white and Asian counterparts. Huh?
What about child support?
Oh yeah, remember when they said, "Man, if Trump cut child support, bruh, I'm voting for him."
I'm voting for Trump.
When they pipe up at the spades table arguing that ain't nothing, listen to what he's saying. He's not talking to, these are the lies that the Republicans are telling you. He's saying these are the lies that black men tell themselves. So in the barbershop, he's saying when you're in the barbershop, you're lying to each other. When you're playing spades, you're lying to each other. You so ignorant, you don't know what's going on.
It ain't no lie me playing spades. Because if you renege or you got a book in your hand, shit going down. So don't cut somebody and you still got that a club in your hand, because niggas watch you, they wait for you to lay that.
Lay it down you want to.
Hey,
what's that? Nigga, did you cut me 3 books ago? Give me that. Give me 3 books. Come on.
Feelings have been hurt over spades.
Look, man, I got cussed out by my mama. Listen, y'all. I got cussed out by my mama in spades. You hear me? You know how? And she didn't do it. Let me show. She didn't do it in that way to actually try to attack me. It was just a reaction. Like, fuck you.
About
It was
5 minutes. It was very just straight to the point.
It was a quick one.
Precise. It was like, fuck you.
I cut her. She didn't see it coming, but it is what it is. Anyway.
You forget his family, you know, when you playing.
You just lose yourself.
You're not a son, a daughter,
you
a
are
brother, a
opponent.
Friend. You're an opponent. That's how you view. We take all that family shit out.
Okay. We have to point to $15 billion to replace lead water lines across America. What's going on in
Which one? Jacksonville
or Flint? Did Flint finally get fixed? They said it's fixed, but I'm still hearing Flint.
Flint is a scandalous city.
Yeah, Chad was talking shit about the dude.
Eric May.
Eric May, I be watching his viral clips of him talking shit to the council. It'd be hilarious.
Listen, Eric May be pawning shit from the damn.
He pawned a laptop.
Office and go get the shit out.
He pawned a laptop, but he paid. He got it out.
That's ghetto.
Well, hell, Stacey, what's her name?
Stacey ain't pawning shit.
Not Stacey Abrams. Keisha Lance Bottoms is paying half on her
That's different.
water bill, wasn't it? Or light bill.
You know what? She not taking stuff from the damn mayor's office, pawning it to pay the light bill. Then when she get the money, go get it out and bring it. No,
that's reality. That. He live with the people.
Not reality.
He live with the people. He don't live above what he is. He's not signing secret contracts.
He's saying I ain't taking my own shit and pawning it. I'm gonna take something from there and pawn it.
All right, let's move on. Hold on. The first new major gun safety legislation in nearly 30 years. So basically, he went out and tried to convince black men that they don't know what's going on and that they need to. These are the things you need to say to combat the stuff you hear your brothers say on a spade table or in the barbershop.
You know what I do to this article? I spit on it.
So you could have the sound effect for that.
I spit on it.
All right, now here are the black candidates who could make history on the. Hold on, let me. Cause we kind of doing a lot right now. Hold on. Let me go through this. The minister, godfather or great grandfather is a. Go on that thing. No. What the hell? Okay. That was an adventure.
It wasn't an adventure. You just had to get the shit off the screen.
All right. Is a Portuguese Jew in conversation with Henry Louis Gates. So how can blacks be anti-Semitic? Exactly. Get your hands out my pocket. Black people invented every genre of music on earth, which is why you don't need them.
True.
It's all BS. Nothing to vote for. Illegals getting free shit. What up, Black Fuse? I'm not feeling her at all. Who you talking about?
I don't know
who you talking about, Joe. My bad. We kind of read a little further right there. What up, Dash? The sample black men over the last 10 years have slowly been going down slightly from 95 to 85, 90. As far as Democrat voters, that they want you to continue voting for nothing in return. Well, we talk about that all the time. If you go back to the 70s and the 80s and look at black men's voting, they they voted for Democrats at about a 75 to 80% clip. It's a new thing. Obama was the first time when you got 95 to 99% of the black male vote. That don't happen.
Not happening again.
So
unless they run that
Westmore,
if I don't know. If they run that black men, Westmore
might do it.
They might see those same
numbers go back
numbers
up
for black men.
But black men they don't vote in a 90% clip for Democrats. That was new. Obama was new. That's why he blew them out. He won those. Even the second election when black men went to 80%, 85, 90%, he still blew them out. He won those elections pretty convincingly. Travis love him some Fleetwood Mac. Gone, Travis Bunny music loving.
Well, George, how you know it's Fleetwood Mac?
Now George, you my nigga, but you told me you like all music. You told me that, and I like all music.
Our father listens to Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, Daddy definitely listens to him.
Now our mother, on the other hand,
no, mama listens to
Who?
She listens to a little bit of rock.
What rock?
Beatles. Yes, Big Nate used to like the Beatles. She wasn't no avid Beatles fan, but she knew some songs. She knew 2 songs in particular that I knew. She definitely knew 2 Beatles songs.
Our mother was a fan of R&B.
R&B, hip hop.
She went from R. Kelly to Usher
to Chris Brown.
She's in that generation where
That
they don't get
Generation
old.
X. They
go
move
on
with
to
the
the
times.
next.
Yeah. Mama don't take no mess. What up, KD? Al Sharpton said black men are insecure and that's why they aren't voting for Stacey Abrams.
Al Sharpton said that Adidas had the right to walk away from Kanye West, and he led a anti-Semitic march.
Oh yeah, when those white dudes went to the highway in LA and put a banner saying Kanye was right about Jews. Let me say this. Let's talk about Al Sharpton for a second. You mean the informant, the cocaine dealer? The one who has done him.
Oh, that's how he lost all that weight?
No. He lost all that weight because, some other stuff. He might got that same thing that what's his name?
Bishop Eddie Long. No, Bishop
Eddie Long said he had diabetes or something. I don't know.
No, he started working out at the end of his life.
Yeah, he started working out and lost 200 pounds and became a skeleton and then died. But we ain't gonna say what it really was.
So you gonna disrespect the dead? I
ain't disrespect him. I said what I said. I didn't say anything differently. Al Sharpton and that damn Jesse Jackson,
had that monkeypox.
Messy Jesse and Al Sharpton. What? You trying to say he got the monkey? Stacey Abraham.
Yeah, the heavy set lady.
All right, let me go back to this. Of course, Al Sharpton will say something. Ain't he on MSNBC right now too? CNN might not make it.
He getting them biscuits.
Oh, buttered biscuits.
Honey butter.
Oh boy, that's dangerous. The honey butter.
Imagine if they gave him honey butter cornbread.
With some what they call them things? What people like to eat something with cornbread.
People like to eat
fried. What do they call it?
Fatback.
Yeah.
Or split pea. Not split pea. That's white people.
Yeah.
Black eyed peas
some
okra.
Fatback with some honey.
People like
butter cornbread
with beans too.
Nah.
Lima beans.
Here are the black candidates who could make history on election night. A record number of black candidates are running for high offices this year, midterm elections, and a slew of historic wins could help reshape politics. So this is them saying, here are all the black Democrats running, because they didn't put no Republicans in this. So it's not about actual policies for black people. It's about you voting for their party. They want you to continue to vote for nothing. Arkansas, Natalie James, Chris Jones, Alabama, Yolanda Flowers, Will Boyd, Angela Underwood Jacobs, Stephanie Thomas,
Stephanie Mills,
U.S. Representative Val Demings. Hey, look, I'm just saying, Val Demings got cooked.
Marco Rubio.
He kind of cooked her.
Rubio. He didn't cook her. He roasted her.
Yeah, he kind of went. She looked like she was kind of all over the place. Aramis Ayala, Stacey Abrams, Deidre DeGier, Charles Booker.
He ain't related to Cory Booker, is he?
Democrat Booker is up against Republican incumbent Rand Paul. Oh, Rand Paul, you ain't beating him.
Hell no, you ain't beating Rand Paul.
Ain't no way.
He the one that's going against the damn COVID. You ain't going. No,
you ain't beating him.
You're going against
Fauci. Why ain't hear Fauci name? Boy, notice that during the coming month, we about to have the midterm elections. You ain't heard nothing about COVID, lockdowns, Fauci, monkeypox disappeared.
Anything that's associated with locking people up in their houses.
They don't want to talk about Fauci. Just disappeared.
He'll be back.
After the
first of the year.
No. He said he leaving. Remember, he said he leaving at the end of the year, right after midterm. Oh, right, yeah, right after midterm.
They're just gonna put him somewhere else.
He said he got other possibilities. He ain't gonna lose that money. Rand Paul to represent Kentucky.
Lose his shillings.
He got $1 million from Israel.
He's from Israel.
He would be the first black person elected in the Senate from the state. Booker, a former state lawmaker, has not missed words by his opponents, calling Paul a barrier to progress. He has campaigned on plans to expand healthcare access, defend reproductive rights, and address climate change. This is your black candidate. He's running on healthcare access. What does that mean?
That's for everybody.
You're talking about insurance. You're talking about ability to get to a hospital. Just my access to what we talking about. Then you got defend reproductive rights.
That's abortion.
Yep. And climate, really?
Well, it is getting colder. This is supposed to be a triple La Nina winter year.
Well, we know what it is.
We're supposed to see a lot of snow this year.
Well, we're going into a cool down right now. Yeah. So
the Pacific Ocean is going to be very cold this year.
That's why they went from saying global warming to climate change. Gary Chambers, a Democrat, will be the first black U.S. senator from Louisiana if he wins a long shot bid for a seat against incumbent John Kennedy. You're not beating a Baton Rouge area activist. Chambers has prioritized education, healthcare, and job creation. That's better. That's better, ain't it? Than the other guy. And Wes Moore, that's the one. They already talking about him running for. They already talking about him running for. And you notice they gave a picture to the people they feel are prominent. These are the people they think are the most important. You see, they ain't gonna win. Chris Jones, Val Demings, Stacey Abrams, and then they gave Wes Moore.
Gas?
Huh?
Stacey was holding her stomach. Is she pregnant or did she got gas?
Moore, a Democrat, will be Maryland's first black governor and the third black elected governor of the country if he beats out Republican Dan Cox. Moore, the former head of the anti-poverty nonprofit and Robin Hood Foundation, has drawn praise from Oprah Winfrey and President Joe Biden. He has said he is focusing his campaign on the economy and education. It's brave for a Democrat to talk about economy right now because that's not good. Anthony Brown, Andrea Campbell, Rayla Campbell right here. She's a Republican. Republican Campbell is looking to unseat incumbent Secretary of State William Galvin, a Democrat. Now, this is the first one. She's a Republican.
And they have her up here? She no good for the party then.
They said you see right here, she's at a Trump rally. She is a Republican going against, what's it called? And I say, now look what they said about her though. Republican Campbell is looking to unseat incumbent Secretary of State William Galvin, a Democrat, and become the first black woman to hold an office in Massachusetts. Campbell is a controversial figure, having falsely claimed the 2020 election was rigged per CNN, and having made unsubstantiated claim about educators encouraging sex acts among young children. So they're not telling you to vote for her. So the Republican they put on there, they telling you don't vote for her.
Okay.
All right. He got a few other people in North Carolina, Sherry Basil, Joe Pinion, and a couple other people. So basically, vote Democrat. Here are all the black people you black people can vote for.
No.
All right, I'm going to go here. Now, remember we were talking about in L.A., with the stuff going on, how Karen Bass, even after that controversial situation that was going on with the council, how she still went to the Mexicans and was doing, meets with them. This is what she said on Twitter. She said, "We will not allow 4 individuals on tape to set back decades of coalition building in our city. The challenges we are facing in Los Angeles, homelessness, public safety, and inequity, can only be solved if we come together. The politics of divide and conquer must end." So, who's at fault for it falling apart?
Affordability, inequity, structural racism.
Structural racism. Wouldn't that include Mexicans that sit on the council? Who said that? Like,
if we are to address these challenges, we have to address these challenges from a point of view of unity, coming together. And accountability is absolutely a requirement for the city to move forward because the politics of divide and conquer must end.
The dude said in comments,
she get elected for mayor again.
The dude said in comments that she chose her side.
She did choose her side.
Mark Gonzalez standing there like the county Democratic Party is free from scandal. You've been involved in LA politics for how long? You have contributed to the deterioration of this city. You mean the coalition that decimated the African American population in LA?
Took it over.
Get out, get out, get out.
Got them niggas running in California. George.
Oh, shit, shot. George, he said you running.
They never ran us in North Carolina. Never.
This
ran
is
us out of the city.
This is she said an Arizona Latino voter said that there are Dems, but Dems should do more to deliver. But when black voters tell Dems to do more, the answer is shut up and fall in line. The RNC opened 37 minority outreach centers, but 21 are focused on Latino voters. And GA in-person outreach centers is working.
I'm still a Democrat. My views haven't changed, but it's disheartening to know that we've put you there. We've elected you to represent us. We've trusted you, and it still feels like we're in the same rut that we were in before.
I sometimes feel like the Democrat Party is a branding. Well, if I represent myself as a Democrat, I'm going to get the minority vote, or I'm going to get more people's votes because I'm a Democrat. But I don't think that necessarily means that they are doing enough to prioritize and work on issues that are important to minority communities.
I'm wondering, has anybody reached out to you, anybody's campaign to talk to you and get you involved and get you excited about voting?
That is so crazy that you mentioned that, because I probably get about 5 texts a day that are about political campaigns. And actually, I get more Republican texts than I do Democrat text.
I get a lot of Republican texts. It doesn't work too much on me, but I could definitely see how it works on older Latinos, my parents, my grandparents.
I know, like, I get more ads and more texts and more just information about conservatives than I do about Democrats.
I think for me personally,
is that a Latino?
Like we have a vote.
Hey, man.
Votes speaks for other people, especially with.
So basically, they saying Gen Z Latinos, they call themselves Democrat, but they saying they willing to vote Republican.
What's in their best interest for their community?
Exactly, for their community. So who's also saying that maybe we shouldn't vote for the party we've been voting for. We should simply vote for anyone who has the best interests of our demographic. Who else is saying that? And being told to get in line and you're voting against the interests of your community.
Oh, just some jigaboos and spooks.
Yeah, some jigaboo. Well, I remember
just some spooks.
some big lip orangutans actually saying some unsubstantiated stuff.
Some beast carrying around beating their chest, carrying white women.
Oh yeah. Oh, they'll vote Republican because they want them white women. Where the white women at?
Come here, girl.
Girl, what you doing over there, girl? Bitch, Eddie had the monkeypox. All right. So the planet perhaps headed to another ice age versus global warming the whole time. Damn these deceptions. Exactly. They knew. Russia knew. That's why Russia doing what they're doing now, because it's the right time to do it. Did Jim Crow Joe tell the Black Caucus that they better align them with the brown community? And he said it was like a pimp slap down hoes convo. Yes, we talked about that. Was our first video. No, our first video was making fun of Applehead. Tisha Campbell. Our second and third video was us showing a clip of Joe Biden in that conference call with those NAACP or black leaders, telling them, look, the Browns are taking over. You need to learn a new language. Y'all got to get in line because y'all better get in good with them because they the future. So it's like Obama when he said NASA and the nations of Islam linked up and is going to do great things in the future for the for the future of the world. Yeah, right. I'm still wondering where Latinx come from. It doesn't exist. They don't even like it. Did the community, did the whole Latin community really volunteer to be part of a LGBTQ community? Are you talking about that dude? The dude that was talking, the one you said you don't even know if he's Mexican. I don't know if y'all believe the Soul Mountain or not, but to me, it looks like Asians and Latinos have mounted black people and they're saying the same thing and a valid coming from their mouths and foe from ours. Yeah, from their mouths. Hold on, I'm sorry, I can't see the whole comment because it's thinking away. Hold on. Okay, their mouths and foe from our, yeah. When you say soul mounting between Asians and Latinos, they're the same.
But Asians and Latinos are the same.
Asian and Latinos are the same. I mean, the Latinos are, well, Mexicans. They're just kind of a mixture of the whites from Spain, the Mongoloids. That's really what they are. So, all right, let's get back to it. Hold on.
They like they're Asian Russians.
You said the Asian Russians? Oh, you talking about the what they call them? Eurasians.
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 Yeah, they're Eurasians. They have European,
Asians,
and Asian ancestry together.
That's why the Russians don't really. They kind of stuck in the middle between China and Europe. Georgia Senate still tied after new Walker abortion revelations. Walker, who as a candidate has said he opposes abortions in all situations, including rape and incest, has denied both sets of allegations. So hold on. So not only one, but two, and he's still tied. If you lose to, listen.
To Herschel Walker.
If Warnock loses to Herschel Walker, that's going to tell us what's going to happen around the country. If you can't beat him, now we don't know if all this is 100% true. Although the woman did show on the receipt and said, yeah, that's my 700, but I didn't know it was for that. I didn't know it was for that. But damn, you can't beat him.
We believe it.
Believe what?
He gave us 700, but he didn't know what it was for. He gave us 700, but he didn't know what it was for.
Yeah, okay. We're going to believe that shit. Republicans appear undaunted by new abortion allegations against
because he's a pro-lifer. He doesn't support abortion, so he didn't know what it was for. He just gave us 700.
He'd be better off saying I've changed my ways. Just say that, nigga. Damn. Allegations against Georgia Senate candidate Herschel Walker, with national GOP headliners continue to campaign for him and no immediate shift in the polls. Conservatives in the state said they are more concerned about control of the Senate chamber shifting to Republicans than they are about individual candidate, and they are willing to look past Walker's personal scandals as a result. Current polling averages show the two candidates are in a dead heat. Remember they interviewed the black Republicans and said, look, man, this is about policy.
Not about personal
Not
life.
about personal stuff. Whatever he did ain't got shit to do with us.
Ain't got business. We can separate personal from business.
Schumer captured on hot mic telling Biden that Georgia Senate race is going downhill for Democrats. Now, let me ask this question. Was this an accident?
No.
So why do they want this to be heard? Why would Schumer want the public to hear?
Maybe trying to rally up.
Get them to rally up. Like, are we losing? So that they'll be like, oh, we got to get there and vote harder. We got to campaign harder.
We got to get ready to steal.
Yeah, you got to cut it off. You can't get caught with that one. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer told President Joe Biden that Georgia Senate race is going downhill for Democrats in remarks made Thursday that were captured by a hot mic. The state where we're going downhill is Georgia. It's hard to believe that they will go for Herschel Walker. He said to Biden, as a Democratic Senate leader, greeted Biden at Tarmac in Syracuse, New York, where Biden later gave remarks touting marine technology plans for a $100 billion semiconductor plant. The president's response to Schumer was not picked up by the audio. Georgia Republican Senate nominee Herschel Walker narrowly leads Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock in two most recent public polls of the race. Released Walker, a former University of Georgia football star, has faced multiple allegations of women who say he paid them to have abortions. If you lose to him, I can only imagine what's going to happen to these other states. They're already saying it's going to be what they call a red wave. New Orleans Dem Mayor LaToya Cantrell is ashamed into repaying $29,000 of taxpayers' cash she blew on first-class flights after initially refusing to do so. By claiming flying the economy is unsafe for black women.
Black women say they don't do economy.
I don't do coach.
I don't do county. I do federal. Classy.
Classy. Bro. Come on, man. Economy is unsafe for black women.
They don't do county. They do federal.
Cantrell, who reportedly earns $188,000, justified the exorbitant flight fees by saying flying economy was unsafe for black women. Let me tell you something. They really using that black girl magic to the fullest extent.
Hey, let them milk it if they can milk it.
Let me say this.
Don't be hating.
If she can get away with it, it's up to them to let her get away with it.
Let them get their reparations how they can get their reparations.
But damn, you really gonna use the black woman thing there?
Don't get mad because black women classy. They don't want to be in economy and coach. They want to be in first class. Where they belong.
City policy requires her to find cheapest fare or reimburse the expenses, and she complied with the council members who demanded repayment. Cantrell also admitted living rent-free in an apartment located in the city's building on Jackson Square, just 3 miles from her house. She lived rent-free in an apartment down the street from her house. The apartment, which is owned by the city and managed by the French Market Corp, a city-affiliated agency, has a market rate of $3,000 a month.
Let her get it how she get it.
This is crazy one, man. Come on, man. You can't use the black woman thing there.
Yes,
Come on.
If she can get away with it, yes, she can. Leave her alone.
No voting, no fucking, no bucking. The Democrats. That should have told you everything you need to know about them. Going to catch the replay. Take care, guys. You take care too, Keeper. Herschel Walker is acting dumb. He's fooling everybody. They vote for him the same way people who willing to vote for Trump who disagree with him, but they just did not want Hillary in there.
Or once again, your conspiracy that they put Herschel Walker in.
That's what I said. So her Warnock can have an easy win, but it's backfiring.
Again, the same thing you said with Trump.
Hillary, it's a proven fact that those networks, MSNBC, CNN, purposely pushed Trump because they thought he would be an easy victory, and allegedly Hillary Clinton was associated with this plan, this conspiracy. Pushed Trump so that the people will vote for him, so that it'll be an easy victory for Hillary. It didn't work that way.
And there came fake news.
But then we come up with the other conspiracy, which is Trump needed to be in office to do what he did. The same reason why he needed to be out of office in 2020, so that they can push something else. Because if Trump was in office, we heard what Kamala and a lot of people were saying before 2020 election. I'm not taking the vaccine if Trump is giving it to us.
Say how she really said it. I ain't taking no vaccine.
If Trump wasn't it, I ain't taking
no
it.
vaccine. See, that was her, incorporating the potato salad into her diet without the raisins and shit.
He can't act that good. You mean he be auditioning all this life? Wait, George said he ain't acting. He been auditioning all his life?
He been acting slow all his life?
Did he say he was oh, that was somebody else.
What?
No, that was Nori. When you said Nori was slow.
Yeah, Nori said he
said he was in special ed classes.
We believe that Herschel Walker was also in special ed classes.
Yeah, mystery man. I don't know if he acting, man. We can go watch some interviews with him when he was playing football. I mean, I don't know.
He can't get that good.
He ain't that guy. He been acting all his life. Was Obama referring to NOI and Scientology versus NASA? Not as a spaceship appears, or both actually in NASA was code.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know.
Be throwing them good ones out there.
Scientology. Listen, they come for people.
Scientology on the same level as the damn Jews.
Yeah.
When you
Which is funny.
speak out against Scientology, they try to get you up out of here.
Which is funny because guess what? Scientologists, they're anti-Jew. They're against them. Remember that movie done, Chocolate Thunder?
Chocolate Thunder.
The Chocolate Thunder, where Robert Downey Jr. played the black dude. He was played as a man, disguised as a man.
Nobody said anything, so
it was good.
He escaped.
But the character, his agent in the movie was Jew. That was what's his name? Tom Cruise. He played a Jew, hairy knuckle Jew, selfish as hell. He was playing a Jewish man. That's why people was like, this movie is racist as hell. People talking about the Robert Downey Jr. part.
It was on all sides.
But the reason why Tom Cruise took that part because they don't like Jews.
That's funny that they had a Scientologist person
play a Jew. In a mocking way. And the person who directed the movie and they greenlit it was probably a Jew, so they don't even care. Currently, Georgia, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Ohio are trending red at the moment. Even Nevada is competitive, and they are controlled by only 2 counties, making it perma blue. Exactly. It's more than likely going to flip. I don't know. If they lose to Herschel Walker, and NASA is satanic anyway. NASA was started, I mean, y'all already know this, obviously. NASA was started by Operation Paperclip, bringing those Nazis over here. And we know those Nazis are 100% demoniacs. They were occultic. They were into the occult. Hitler, all of them. So,
yeah,
it's definitely satanic. Warnock is following Jim Crow Joe, and Herschel is following where Warnock and Church are evicted people over $30. Yeah, you talked about this. I think that was you that brought this up last week. He's a slum lord. And Herschel Walker went to the place he evicted the people, and it's like that's a big deal. In the midst of what's going on, you evicting people, and then he said over $30. Damn. But that's the church loving, that's the church serving man, the God fearing man that did that. When Herschel Walker say
that's about his money.
Herschel Walker talk about God a lot too, so it is what it is.
We don't know what God they talking about.
Exactly. The founders of NASA were Satanists. It ain't the
work of the Lord.
Just like CERN does satanic stuff with the statue for the Hindu god of death in front of the building and do the ritual commercial. Yeah, we talked about that. That's strange. The CERN, the statue they put up, that was strange.
And them dark spirits, they been released.
Yeah, they been released. Yeah,
that's why you seeing all this shit.
The stories Travis be bringing up, the people doing all kinds of stuff. Didn't you say since 2015, parents been killing their kids, saying that they're satanic? The kids possessed.
There's a story of a black woman who killed her son because she said he was demonic. And then they had an article out saying there was close to 2,000 people, children that have been killed because their parents saying they're witches and warlocks.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Maybe some truth to it.
The X-Files is one of the best. Operation Paperclip, except that they go into it on there. I never really was into.
I watched X-Files.
X-Files, but you said they got an episode on Operation Paperclip?
Yeah, I watched X-Files.
Okay. All right, now I'm gonna show this right here since they talking about they asking for money from people. Now that they don't send me these. I guess I'm a broke boy. They don't send me these. They're like, we don't send broke boy. They don't send broke.
They don't send money to broke niggas.
They don't send things asking for money for broke people. They like
me on the other hand.
They say your money long. They gotta get the money up off of you. Look at this. Who is this?
Look at these emails that
I need your eyes on this ASAP. This is Nancy Pelosi. This is not Nancy Pelosi. This is some intern.
Nancy emailing me. She sent me some other stuff I can't show. But yeah, this
some
is
private emails. We're kind of friends at this point.
DMs.
DMs.
Stunning. Y'all know what go down to the DMs.
Stunning polls have revealed House Democrats are winning in 5 critical states that could decide our majority. Democrats are winning in Arizona. I doubt it. Democrats are winning in Michigan, Pennsylvania, Florida, Nevada. It's funny because they just pointed out in the comments how they actually trained in red. So she said this, but they actually trained. And it's funny, the word winning is red.
She lying.
She lying. What she's saying is, we're losing Arizona.
We're losing Arizona. We're losing Michigan. We're losing Pennsylvania. Y'all know damn well you never had it in Florida.
You never had it in Florida.
And we're losing it in Nevada.
But Republican Super PAC just responded with the unprecedented $14 million in new attacks to wipe us out. And my Democrats currently don't have the resources to compete. Oh, Travis. No, wait, ain't Nancy Pelosi worth $100 million?
Yeah.
Okay. Travis, I don't say this lightly. We do this in the moment we decide our fate on election day.
I'm listening.
I'm asking 2,800 Democrats to step up and rush $3 before midnight to help my Democrats fight back, rescue our slim majority, and stop Republicans' last-minute influx of cash from eviscerating our chances at final stretch.
When we meet up later, I'm gonna see.
Hold on.
If it's
hold on, George. You hear what he's saying? George, you hear what he's saying? He want to meet up with Nancy, old pink toes. He like old pink toes.
You know damn well I'm joking right now.
Nah, George said your truth coming out. Who you are is showing. Barack Obama to campaign in Georgia, Wisconsin, and Michigan ahead of midterms. Travis, we're over the moon. We just learned that next week President Obama is personally jetting off to rally Democrats in ultimate swing states in Georgia, Wisconsin, and Michigan. But exclamation point. They said it loud. Travis, please, President Obama knows please. Democrats can't afford to lose control of Congress in this critical election. That's why he's jumping into action. But he also knows he can't win this fight alone. He can't do it alone, Travis. That's why he's called on grassroots supporters like you to join him before it's too late. They want $3. They want $3 more.
Is Obama willing to come out with the truth on his partner?
Why you want to talk about his wife? What you got to do with him?
I will be over the moon too and decide to
donate to
the campaign.
Trump
put those rumors to bed.
Trump holding rally in Texas tonight. Travis, we need to move now. In just 9 hours, Trump will take the stage for another one of his disgusting rallies.
Disgusting.
I ain't even gonna read the rest of that one. It's the same thing. Oh look, O'Rourke. Why the hell is O'Rourke trying to get some money from you?
You know damn well he ain't getting no money from me. Ain't nothing to talk about.
They even using Fox News to campaign. Look at this. Fox News admits Democrats ahead in latest congressional poll. It's funny because you said the Mexicans, they said they were getting a whole bunch of Republican ads. They flooding you with Democrats.
I'm a black man.
I'm a black man. We're absolutely stunned, Travis. Fox News just admitted that with just 16 days left in the election, Democrats are leading Republicans by 3 points in the race for the House majority. Let us repeat that, Travis. The latest poll, yes, even Fox News poll, shows that we could be on the cusp of defending our hold on the House of years to come, for years to come. This is so desperate. But it works on people.
Just
How many people you think actually donate to this stuff?
There go Nancy again.
My heart is racing. A damn chap, you got a heart racing. What you do? I can't believe the news. Can't believe the news. Kevin McCarthy's House Republicans just reported the latest fundraising numbers, and they ranked a staggering $257 million to destroy us in this election.
You know, I had some emails from, my boo, Hillary Clinton, but those are too explicit. We can't show those. I ain't gonna do it.
You
like
better not show those. People come up missing. The Clinton Chronicles, go watch it. Niggas come up
she already
missing.
done told me these are displayed, things will happen. So still gonna stay under wraps.
All right,
I take heed and I listen to when the Clintons talk and say something.
See, they good people.
I know when I get involved,
They good folks. How they said. Let me see. No, I'm saying the text is all about Operation Paperclip, Clothing and Paranormal. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Them Dems have anti-gun packs currently signed, staging 50 million and advertising in 10 different states, 100% propaganda email, all of it.
Wow.
Travis,
y'all really gonna take that shit seriously.
Oh, he gonna time me.
Tommy, you really gonna take that shit seriously.
Travis, I thought Joe was just bothering you. But if you want to meet Aunt Nancy, I don't know.
George is the one that want to meet Aunt Nancy.
Nah,
he
Travis.
live in the state of California.
I want President, Senate, and House of Representatives to Republican. I like to see my racism up front.
Exactly. I've always said the same thing.
I can see when you swing in my face, but I can't see when you're trying to punch me in the back. George recently watched a clip featuring, she talking to George. Dems always spin Repubs, but complain about any conservative ad. Berto ain't getting money from the people and the party. He already 10 points behind Abot.
Yeah.
He ain't beating no Abot.
He not beating no Abot.
Not beating that
Abot, he shipped some Mexicans all over. No, he ain't beating him.
Man, Travis, put him on. He wants you to put him on, Travis. Nancy live in his area, don't she?
Nancy live in his area.
Travis got hoes in different area codes. All right.
No, George got holes in different area codes.
Nah, George said he wanted what you got. Mary J. Blige, Jill Biden team up for cancer prevention. I just want to show this and say, why they always go get Mary J. Blige? Nah, he don't want to say.
Mary J. Blige a hoe.
Who did they had a singing in Hillary Clinton? I'm pretty sure she done met up with Obama and Michelle Obama. I don't know. She never met with Trump. What's that woman name who went to Trump?
She ain't gonna do it for Trump.
What's that woman name who went to a Trump rally to sing and her career was done? Michelle, what's her name? Chrisette Michelle.
All she did was just say, "I'm gonna go sing for him because he's the president."
No. She said, "I'm going to this to sing because I want to bring unity amongst the country." When people were like, "No, you should have just said, I'm going to get this paper."
That ain't right how they did Chrisette Michelle.
Because Big Boy went as well.
She went on the Breakfast Club after,
Yeah.
after it cooled down a little. Well, she thought it cooled down
She
a little
thought
bit.
it cooled down.
And she was just saying how it was so much
Stress
for her. The stress caused her to have a miscarriage. There was black people in the comment section saying, "We don't give a damn about your miscarriage. Good, you had a miscarriage.
Boy,
you shouldn't have been
sick.
faking. Talking about you trying to bring unity to the country. You know your ass just going there for a damn check." So if we knew this, why were we so upset about it?
They were mad at the lie.
No, they pick and choose. They
Yeah.
pick and choose which ones they want to do.
Because Big Boy went and it was just like,
nothing was said.
Because he was letting me know, I'm going to get this bread. Trump paying good money.
Shouldn't do the black woman like that.
Hey, they always go get married though.
We know why they go get married.
Elon Musk's first day owning Twitter leads to havoc and a possible hoax about layoffs. Now, for some reason, CNBC and MSNBC and CNN don't want to believe that he's firing a whole bunch of staff.
He's cutting the fat.
Now, they said, apparently, that he's going to fire 70 to 75% of the staff. They said it don't work. They said at Twitter, they have, what do you call it? Replenishing days. And they have safe spaces. And they work from home. And some of them ain't been at home. Some of them ain't been to work since the pandemic started.
Well, if they can do their job from home.
No, that means they're at home. They're literally not working. They're just associated with Twitter getting a check. So he was like, they firing 70 to 75% of the staff because those people don't, literally don't work. On Elon Musk's first day in control, Twitter person who walked out of the company's San Francisco headquarters and identified themselves as a data engineer, they said that we're just laid off. CNBC was not able to immediately verify the identity of that person and one other who made a similar claim.
Well, Mr. Elon Musk don't play. He clean house.
Yeah. One employee at Twitter awaiting information about layoffs or projects told CNBC they were in the dark for the most part. Musk was meeting with relatively low-ranking engineer managers. This person noted a welcome gesture to some. Press reports that before the deal closed said that Musk had planned cuts as deep as 75% of headcount. Twitter did not respond to repeated requests for comment about layoffs. Musk finally took over the company on Thursday, ending a months-long legal saga. The billionaire Tesla and SpaceX CEO initially agreed to buy the company for $44 billion, but soon after tried to get out of the deal because he claimed Twitter was not forthcoming enough about spam accounts on the platform. Twitter has denied that and went to court to try and get Musk to complete the deal.
So they wanted him to take it over.
Yeah, they want to get rid of it.
So it was a burden on them.
Prior to the original trial date earlier this month, Musk agreed once again to close the deal. The judge gave Musk until Friday, 5 p.m. to close the deal, or else set a new trial date.
So he was like, I don't want to fire the bums. I mean the hippies.
So now he did fire the dude who led it, the Indian dude, the CEO. Remember we were talking about how all the tech companies in America were being led by people of Indian descent. When he fired him,
East Indian.
Yeah, he's East Indian. So, and they also fired the woman who was in control of censorship. The woman who was banning people. They got rid of her too. Elon Musk supporters flood Twitter with the N-word following closure of the billionaire's $44 billion deal.
To get the black people mad. And
let me tell you something. I've been on Twitter. I don't be on Twitter that much. I be on Twitter like once or twice a week, just to see what type of updates going on. But I've been on Twitter since 2016. The only way you come across racist tweets is if you're on that side of Twitter. It's literally a such thing as black Twitter, white Twitter, Hispanic. Like you literally only see people who you have topics the same as. So if you see a whole bunch of white people saying racist stuff, that means you're literally looking for it.
Yeah.
I don't see that stuff because
freedom of speech.
Well, now hold on. That's a whole nother discussion. Do you believe that's okay? Do you believe that's okay?
Well, then what?
To be able to get on the social media and say a whole bunch of racial slurs.
I like to know my races.
Oh, you gonna hit me with that one?
I like to know.
Trying to catch me up, maybe contradict myself. You trying to make me contradict myself?
Let me go on a platform and see what they're really talking about.
Well, you don't got to see it though.
Sometimes some people got to see it to believe it.
Okay.
Because if you try to tell them, oh no, that don't exist, things done change. It's 2022.
Now another thing that happened is after Elon finally took over the company, O.J. Simpson came out and said,
"The world is."
Congratulations to Elon Musk. Maybe now I can get a verified.
Well, you're not gonna type it.
He don't type.
But
that's the first time. He normally don't even do this.
Oh.
He just put a video, but he actually typed this time. I guess he wanted to make sure he at Elon Musk. Like, please give me my check.
It's me, yours truly. Let me start off the day by congratulating Elon Musk taking over Twitter. Maybe I can get authenticated. Maybe I can get a blue check. I've tried for years to get that blue check because there's so many fake O.J. Simpson accounts. One of them is the real O.J. Simpson, and instead of an O, they have a 0. In any event, there have been a bunch of them, and from time to time, people would say, "Why did you say this?" And I say, "I didn't say it. That was one of those fake accounts." And I'm sure a lot of people probably deal with that. So maybe that will come to an end. Maybe.
I remember when he first got on Twitter, his channel, in one day, he went from no subscribers, no followers to like 500,000. And within a week, he had 988,000. They literally did not let him hit 1 million. I know for a fact they stopped people from following him.
We know they do stuff like that.
It's like, why you ain't just let him hit 1 million? If 1 million people want to follow O.J. Simpson, let 1 million people following him. I'm following
them.
Still
can't get over it.
Yeah, boy, they hot.
If the glove don't fit,
you gotta quit. He won. Get over it. Black woman escaped. Oh yeah, this is the one. Okay, hold on. Now this story right here is a story we brought up 2 weeks ago, I want to say, but we didn't have nothing on it. It was just like a trending thing. There was no articles written on it, no news story done on it. There was a rumor, or not a rumor, but there was people saying that in Missouri, a man was kidnapping women and black women and killing them, saying that he felt like we was in the middle of a race war. I didn't have nothing on it, so I didn't go into it. Now it's out and about. We know his name. He's been arrested.
So what was his plan to do in the race war of
kidnapping women and killing them?
Black women and chaining them up?
He was lying. He's just a sick bastard. Now, weeks after residents in Kansas City, Missouri neighborhood said they complained to police that black women were missing, authorities were facing community backlash after a black woman says a white man held her captive. A 22-year-old woman, identified by police in court as a probable cause form as TJ, escaped October 7th from the I said Excelsior Springs, Missouri, home of Timothy Marion Hassett Jr., a man whom she accuses of kidnapping and raping her after he picked her up in Kansas City in early September.
There's no accusing.
I'm sorry, I gotta point it out.
Was put out?
I gotta point it out. Picked her up.
Why you do this, dude?
Like, we can't ignore that part.
What difference if it makes?
I'm not saying what he did was wrong, right? I'm not saying what he did was right at all. Obviously, he's a sick dude. He should be in prison, huh?
She could have just been on the street. He picked her up and took her somewhere, and then he ended up taking her to house, kidnapping her, and doing all these things to her. Why you gotta do this?
So I gotta be gullible. I gotta be naive.
Oh, you saying I'm gullible?
I said I gotta be gullible and naive.
No, you said
I didn't
I'm
call you
gullible and
nothing.
naive right now.
I didn't call you nothing.
So you got it. So what is the definition of gullible and naive?
Travis,
don't play semantics with words, nigga.
Ain't semantics. I'm saying I didn't say it. I didn't call you that. I said
yes,
I'm not.
You did.
Picked her up. What that mean?
He picked. What you mean? What it mean? It said it's pretty self-explanatory. He picked her up.
Okay.
So what are you trying to say?
I ain't saying nothing. Let's move on.
No,
Excelsior
we're not
Springs.
gonna move on. No, we're not gonna move on. So what do you think?
She got in the car with him.
Okay.
That's my point. What
So
why?
Maybe she's trying to get somewhere.
Okay. I didn't say why.
Kidnap and rape.
I just said she got in the car. I didn't say she deserved nothing to happen to her. Nothing. I said, what is up with this? Excelsior Springs is part of Kansas City metropolitan area. It was really apparent that she had been held against her will for a significant period of time. She said a month. Ryan Dahlia of the Excelsior Springs Police told reporters outside Harris' home, he said investigators are still processing evidence taken from Hassett's home and that the investigation is ongoing. According to a probable cause from TJ, says she escaped from the room in the man's basement. Hassett's neighbor told KMBC and KCTV that TJ went to multiple homes to seek help while Hassett took his child to school. TJ said there were other women, but police have found no evidence of others so far. The woman's escape comes weeks after community leaders said they told authorities that they believed a potential predator was targeting black women. They actually said serial killer. In Kansas City area, authorities from the Kansas City Police Department initially called the reports of the serial killer targeting black women completely unfounded, according to the statement published by the Kansas City Star newspaper. TJ was wearing a latex lingerie, a metal collar with a padlock, and had duct tape around her neck when she escaped, according to the probable cause form. Lisa Johnson, a neighbor of Hassett, who TJ encountered during her escape, told KMBC that TJ feared Hassett would kill them if she called the police. Johnson told affiliate KCTV she called police after TJ ran to another home for help. Sierra Tharp told CNN affiliate KCTV that her grandmother let TJ and her grandmother let TJ in when she came to her house for help. Tharp said once the grandmother let TJ inside, she said that Hassett had kidnapped her and killed her friends. According to the KCTV, the probable cause form identified the woman who contacted police as Lisa Cachette. Cadaver dogs were seen searching Hassett's backyard, KMBC reports, but investigators have yet to find other missing people in the man's home.
He probably done took him off and...
Yeah, I doubt he buried him there. If there was other women there, he probably didn't.
They get rid of bodies. They pour acid on them and do all sorts of stuff.
So this is the dude right here. Suspect in Missouri dog collar kidnapping feared to have more victims amid court delay. Now, they said they have not found any other victims. In early September, a young woman allegedly met Timothy Marion Hassett Jr. on Prospect Avenue in Kansas City, Missouri. Nearly a month of torture and sex abuse followed. Court documents alleged until police said that she escaped his Excelsior Springs home wearing nothing but latex. We saw this already. Hassett 39 appeared in court Tuesday, but failed to post bond, instead moving to reschedule his bond reduction hearing for November 8th. He is accused of keeping the woman in a basement dungeon for weeks and is being held on $500,000 bond on charges of first-degree rape or attempted rape, first-degree kidnapping, and second-degree assault. He pleaded not guilty. Police arrested him October 8th after the victim ran to, we saw that, according to court documents. He picked her up on Prospect, Kansas City early last month, roughly 30 miles away from his home. He allegedly kept her handcuffed and shackled by the ankles. She told investigators he repeatedly raped her and whipped her throughout the ordeal. According to the affidavit, police said they were still investigating whether there were any other potential victims. We are actively investigating this as kidnapping and rape case, and as we do, we will look for evidence of any other additional crimes. Now, for some reason, they're not saying it here. I read it earlier. He said he did it because he thought we were in a race war.
So if there's a race war, it would qualify as a hate crime too.
Yeah. He said he thought it was a race war, but for some reason not saying it in any of these. This is the timeline of what happened. They said he was. Now, keep in mind, in 2014, his then wife gave birth to his son. In 2015, he filed for divorce. He maintained joint legal custody in his son and became a primary custodial parent. He has custody of his kid. So a person who's doing all this crazy shit, he was sane enough.
Well, we know that
to get his kid from his wife. What is wrong with her? That says a lot. So he's either really good at acting normal, or that wife is something wrong with her too. This is Democracy Now! That's where I saw the original video. I'm not gonna watch the video here. Said how Kansas City police ignored warnings of killer targeted black women until one escaped, and they went through a detailed what happened. It's a lot. What do you think?
I already said what I think.
You didn't say shit. You just criticized me for asking a question. Woman who escaped kidnapper highlights often ignored plight of missing black women. I will say this. If he said he thought it was a race war, and the first thing he do in the midst of a race war is kidnap women, what does that say? Does that show that he believes the women are not protected, as they'll say, and are vulnerable?
That the women are not protected, and also the women are spoils of war.
I know that part.
So
he saw that as easy prey, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So what does that say?
Women should have a covering, which is a man.
But when I asked that question, I'm wrong.
What question did you ask?
Why she get in the car? I'm sorry look, he, in a righteous world, he wouldn't go to prison. He would be put to death. But we still have to ask the question. Why are you getting that car?
Yeah, dude. She shouldn't have
It's
gotten
a strange man.
He's a strange man. She shouldn't have gotten in the car with him. That doesn't excuse the fact of what he did.
I literally preface my comments with that. But anyway, because you're not allowed to ask questions. Look, y'all, we made it to the second segment.
How many hours it's been?
I don't know. It's been
to get to the second segment.
It's been what?
Once again, it's been 2.5 hours.
What is going on? I'm so bruh.
You talking too much. That's what's going on.
You know what? You're right.
Come on, what's going on?
What's going on?
Talking too much.
Oh God. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, you gotta go up.
What?
Travis must be part Jew.
No.
What you mean part Jew?
We fool.
We fool.
We the original, baby. Yeah, Virginia, them flyers be wicked, but good to watch. Person Power and Hammer, Paul Pelosi. Wait, how do you know you about to talk about Paul Pelosi?
Told you.
Mr. Man, how the hell you know you about to talk? Did I show it on the screen? You just typed that or something? I don't know. How the hell you know you about to talk about that? What the hell? Strange relations between blacks and Jews, right in your face, man and woman. Mary mythology, just like the Michael Archangel mythology. Michael wearing white and Jill
Mary wearing
green.
white.
Like Mary wearing white while Jill wearing green, while hand gestures and Virgin Mary is a Masonic symbolism. When Mary and when you see Mary and the baby Jesus, that's actually what's her name?
Isis.
No. From Babylon. Jesus, I don't forgot names. The great hunter. What was his name? I'm sorry, y'all. Damn.
Well, they have different names for them and different.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Sorry. Interesting indeed. Didn't Elon restore Kanye to hence the N-word flood? Yeah. He did restore Kanye. And the people expected him to restore Trump, but Trump said he ain't going back. He's staying on Truth Social. Travis, he called you nothing. Now move on. I didn't say he was nothing. Yeah, Travis, what was it trying to get some approval? Prospect Avenue, let that sink in.
I just crazy. I said there's a
every hood got a damn prospect.
Every fucking in every area is crazy.
Well, most
George.
cities got the same name. So,
George, what you trying to say the lady was? You trying to say the lady was a prostitute?
look, man, I ain't want to. I'm just waiting. I'm not going to put no allegations on
Is
her.
that what you trying to say, George?
Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul Pelosi, attacked by suspect David Depape, who shouted, "Where's Nancy?" Source. This story don't make no sense.
Fake news.
Let me just let this video play of him what he's saying.
Approximately 2:27 this morning, San Francisco police officers were dispatched to the residence of Speaker Nancy Pelosi regarding an A-priority well-being check. When the officers arrived on scene, they encountered an adult male and Mr. Pelosi's husband, Paul. Our officers observed Mr. Pelosi and the suspect both holding a hammer. The suspect...
What? They both was holding a hammer.
Oh, so Paul and him was ready to go at it.
They was holding a hammer together, I guess.
They were Vikings.
The suspect pulled the hammer away from Mr. Pelosi and violently assaulted him with it. Our officers immediately tackled the...
Whoa. So the man went in the house. By the time y'all got there, him and Pelosi was holding the hammer together. When y'all got there, he took the hammer out of his hand and started beating him in front of the cops. Why the hell they let him beat him in front of the cops? This is the House Speaker's husband. This is their residence. The second you approach in that house and you see him holding the hammer with another dude.
Who that big woman?
The first thing you're going to do is get the hammer out of his hand.
Violently assaulted him with it. Our officers immediately tackled the suspect, disarmed him, took him into custody, requested...
You tackled him. You didn't tase him or shoot him. Okay.
Emergency backup and rendered medical aid. The suspect is in custody, but what we learned now is that he was attacked with a...
So let me add the black part in. If it was a black man that went in that house and put hammer on Paul Pelosi, what happens?
Are you talking to a particular person?
This answer the question.
No, I just want to know. You said,
I ain't talking to nobody in particular.
You said, let me put the black perspective. Is there a certain comment?
Travis, just answer the damn question. Answer the question.
You still thinking about that comment that a person said that? Wow.
Answer the question.
This story is bullshit.
No. Answer that question.
About what?
If it was a black man.
We know that if it was a black man, his ass would be 6
we got to
feet
talk
under
about
right
it, though.
now.
We still got to say it.
If it was a
what
black man
happened?
that had broken into Nancy Pelosi's house, had a hammer.
Holding it with him. And then in front of the cops, took it out of his hand and hit him with it.
And beat the shit out of Paul.
While yelling, "Where's Nancy?"
His ass would be 6 feet under.
He would have made it out of the house.
That's the end of the story.
Now look at this. This is the person who did it. Hemp jury maker, 42, at Nuda's wedding, who broke into 82-year-old Paul Pelosi's $6 million San Francisco home in his underwear, fractured his skull with a hammer after shouting, "Where's Nancy?"
That's not the
and had a
original-
hit list of other politicians.
That's not the original name of
The
article.
original headline was not this.
They changed it.
Daily Mail completely changed the headline in the story.
Which is what they do.
What they said was that he went into the house and was screaming, "Where's Nancy?" They didn't tell you where Paul Pelosi was in the house, where he met him at. They then said that the cops walked in, the same story. Cops walked in, saw them holding the hammer, and then he beat him. So were they fighting before he got there?
They spelled Nancy. Oh.
How did they know that he was walking around saying, "Where's Nancy?" Because remember, Paul Pelosi is in the hospital getting brain surgery. Even though when the story first happened, Nancy Pelosi put out a statement. She said that he was recovering fine.
Wait a minute. They spelled Nancy wrong.
No, they didn't.
Is that a C or an O?
It's just a C.
Okay, it looked like an O.
What's wrong with your eyes? You on that big ass screen, you can't see a C? Or you must be looking somewhere else.
I'm looking on. Sorry, we got two screens. We got a big screen and then a laptop screen. I'm looking at the big screen.
Okay.
It makes the. They probably like, what the hell?
But yeah,
Travis?
Nancy Pelosi, when her original statement came out, said that Paul Pelosi was recovering fine. Later on, Daily Mail came out and said that he was getting brain surgery from a fractured skull. So which one is it? How did Nancy Pelosi know what was going on with her husband? Then they said he came into the house. They don't know if the hammer belonged to Paul Pelosi or the assailant. Who who was the hammer? So did Paul Pelosi hear the window bust and grab a hammer? Did he have a toolbox in his bedroom? Was he in the living room?
This is all alleged.
In the garage? Where was he to get a hammer from? Who does the hammer belong to?
Maybe the dude was Nancy's side dude.
Hey.
Let's throw a wrench.
Throw a wrench in there and just fuck it.
Maybe there
throw
was
some more conspiracies out there.
Being a side dude. He wanted to be the main dude.
Look at this right here. It said Paul Pelosi suffered skull fracture and intentional attack, expected to fully recover. Now they're saying he in brain surgery. Now watch this. I'm trying to find the right one. Okay, here, look at this. Depape was found in a residence by San Francisco PD officers doing a wellness check. A wellness check. Was that random? By the way, it was 2:27 in the morning. So they randomly decided to go check on him? What made them want to go check on him? Scott said both he and Mr. Pelosi, so Depape, the guy that hit him with a hammer, and Mr. Pelosi were taken to the hospital.
So Mr. Pelosi got some shots in too.
So were they fighting?
Told you why they were fighting.
Depape remains in the hospital. So he's in the hospital. He's not in custody. They say he's in custody and been charged. So is he in custody in the hospital?
I guess so.
According to San Francisco PD, there is no word on when he may be transferred to another facility.
Because Paul whooped his ass.
So how long was he there? Now, the initial report was that this happened between 12 and 3 o'clock. So they didn't even know when it happened. Then they said that cops arrived at 2:27.
The witching hours.
Now remember, Paul Pelosi just had a DUI a couple months ago, and it happened around 2 in the morning.
Paul said, why you got to bring up old shit?
What the hell is going on with, what they call it? What's going on with
Paul said, me getting my ass whooping got nothing to do with my charges. Allegedly, I have.
Biden, now look at this. Biden links Paul Pelosi attack to January 6th and blames Republican lies for influencing the attacker, who may not be so well balanced. Demands people stand up despite failing to condemn Kavanaugh gunman. Now this is just Daily Mail.
Joe Biden ain't he ain't so well balanced.
Yeah, remember Kavanaugh had somebody try to kill him. Like they try to assassinate him, including
Joe
Paul.
Don't know whether he coming or going.
We talked about Paul. What's his name? Rand Paul. He got his back broke.
And still staying strong.
He got his back broke.
Still be talking shit.
Yeah.
That's why he ain't going nowhere.
Now look at this is how they said the wellness check happened. Paul Pelosi made a secret 911 call after confronting an attacker in his home. Police dispatch recordings reveal he spoke in code as he said he didn't know who the intruder was, but that he is a friend.
That's code. Is that code, Regina? Or Regina know code?
Yeah, you got to know real code.
Is that code, Regina, to say, tell you, yeah, that's my friend? That's code?
The initial dispatch recordings from the response to calls from Pelosi residents around 2:30 this morning. Later on Friday, it was revealed that the attacker appeared to be a former nudist from the British Columbia who has struggled with drugs and posted crazed COVID conspiracy theories, anti-Semitic rants, racist slurs, and unhinged screeds on religion online. So so this man attacked Pelosi, and they found out immediately that he's racist, anti-Semitic, which apparently two different things.
COVID conspiracies.
Trump supporter. What's his name? The pillow guy, My Pillow dude. The CEO of My Pillow, the one who's a Trump supporter and denies the 2020 election. He's supporter of him. All of a sudden, they found all this stuff. He checks every box they want him to check.
Like Kanye.
Yeah, he's a Hitler supporter, everything.
They couldn't say racist.
Even though niggas calling him damn anti-black, so
They
the
couldn't say
monster.
anti-black.
Now listen to it. The monster in him was always too strong. Daughter of Paul Pelosi attacker reveals he sexually abused her and her brothers before their mom kicked him out. The latest violence is a little surprise because he is very consumed by darkness. They keep pointing out he's a nudist. Now look, this is
First
the one.
of all, if he sexually assaulted you and your brother, why ain't he locked up?
Bruh,
Come on.
this is questions. Now listen to this. This is his girlfriend or his ex-lover. Nudist ex-lover of Paul Pelosi attacker is female pedophile who harassed boy, 14, who bought sex dolls for their sons to use. Now they tell you that he's a right-winger, but I'm being honest.
You sound like a liberal.
It sounds like a liberal. Not even a liberal. This sounds like a super far left nudist. Like he's in a nudist way. I'm not saying the person who called himself conservative ain't freaky and stuff,
But they
ain't
don't
a
do it out in the
pedophile and all
open.
that stuff. But come on,
It's behind closed doors.
I ain't saying it's fake.
It's fake. I'm saying it is fake.
I ain't saying it's fake. Hold on, let me Did Paul get caught with his hands in his made cookie jar while Nancy's away? Hey. Oh, are you saying that he had a friend and the husband found out about the friend?
Did Paul get caught with his hands in the mail cookie jar with Nancy away?
Hey, he's a nudist. They keep pointing out his sexual, how overly sexual he is. The Pelosi story almost sounds like a scene out of Jeffrey Dahmer's playbook, that Asian teen that cops ignored. Exactly. She trying to say that they saved him. They didn't save Pelosi.
Look at Dash the Simple.
Oh, Dash the Simple. That wasn't Nancy side dude. That was Paul's. Something that tells me she wanted to expose her own husband for something. Just my thinking. Hey, this is my thinking cap. Hey, all I'm saying is the story don't make sense. Pelosi came out and said that he's recovering fine, but the news report immediately said that he was in the hospital getting brain surgery. The cops show up at 2:27. They said he did a secret call to them. He just said, I'm here with a friend who I don't know, and they sent a cop out. They got a hammer in their hand together.
Well,
he take the hammer and beat him in front of the cops, and they don't shoot him, they tackle him.
According to Regina and Dash the Simple, he was getting brain surgery before he went to the hospital.
He was getting brain surgery long before he went to the hospital.
Surgery long before he went to the hospital.
By the way, Nancy got bank living in that $6 million house. Oh, Nancy worth $100 million. Nancy said, see, unlike these other politicians, I come up. Even though she said that she don't be stock watching, doing a whole bunch of insider trading. Even though every time she's about to have a bill about to be signed, her husband make a move. That's all I'm saying. What?
You read that one?
Yeah, I read that one. She corrected to Jeffrey Dahmer. That's why I was saying, did they save Pelosi or they save the dude? Who they really save? Who really? They're both in the hospital. They both in the hospital. Who do they really save? Biden blames MAGA for former Green Party nudist dude attacking Pelosi. Wild time. Yeah, he's a Green Party. I didn't know that. Okay, he's Green Party. So how the hell? How is that control? How they connected to MAGA? He probably didn't support Trump. He's in LA. He did not support Trump.
No.
This is California.
A lot of Californians are becoming red.
Yeah, I know that's cold one-on-one. They all sexual pervs. All of them. The whole, how they said over there in the UK, the whole lot of them. The lot of them. They're all pervs.
They'll stab you in the back.
Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. Y'all got some good theories out there. Y'all saying that's Paul.
Damn, I said that was Nancy's side dude.
Yeah, that's Paul's side dude.
Negro. That was Paul's side dude.
Then she said that who really getting protected? Paul or the other dude?
I mean, they said they had. There goes my baby.
Oh, speaking of Hillary. So Hillary is back. She's talking about the election, and she got some new theories on what these right wingers
are planning to do
to destroy the democracy of this country.
And she's not gonna let it happen.
Never.
Not on her watch.
Never. All right, let me show this. Oh, Hillary still in her trick bag.
Hillary said tricks are for kids.
She ain't conspiracies. She don't do tricks.
Don't do tricks.
All right, let me show this.
Hello, Indivisibles. I'm here to highlight something that is keeping me up at night. And I know this group really understands what I'm about to say.
How she overdid it?
That was good. That was a little chuckle.
Line ass. Line, motherfucker. Came in line.
Going down line.
I know we're all focused on the 2022 midterm elections, and they are incredibly important. But we also have to look ahead. Because you know what? Our opponents certainly are. Right-wing extremists already have a plan to literally steal the next presidential election. And they're not making a secret of it. The right-wing controlled Supreme Court may be poised to rule on giving state legislatures, yes, you heard me that correctly, state legislatures the power to overturn presidential elections. Just think, If that happens, the 2024 presidential election could be decided not by the popular vote or even by the anachronistic electoral college, but by state legislatures.
The
she
reason
can't
why
get over the fact
you lost.
You know, she's saying that she
popular
won the
vote.
popular vote. That's why she pointed out the popular vote.
They can't go based off the popular vote. It's because there's too many people in certain states like New York, California. It's too dense. They will win every election. How in the hell are you gonna let California, New York vote for me when I'm in a small state, and my vote don't count? I'll never get the president or the representative I want, except in my state. So
you know that.
In electoral college, what she's saying is that state legislature, we talked about this, funny enough, we talked about this like 2 months ago, how they're trying to come to an agreement that state legislators will control, and the state legislators will control the voting, and not judges.
Well, all you have to do is define and look up what a state legislature does and what they can do.
Exactly. When you vote for a president, it says, Obama or Biden or Trump or Hillary, but you're actually voting for electors. The electors of your state who represent either party or either candidate, they go and say, okay, this is who we're voting for in this state. The legislator, he or she can literally change who they are. That's constitutional. They can literally just say, no, we're gonna send these people. Or they can literally change the entire system and not send any electors at all.
And it can be by state. They don't have to.
That's why it's called state rights.
Yeah.
It's constitutional. So what she's saying is not true. Hold on. Tommy said, Nancy may have put a hit on Paul. I don't know what Paul. Paul might have made her mad, get into that DUI situation, putting a black cloud on her. And, she's sending them to the upper room now. You guys should check out Alpha House on Prime Video, Republicans and Dems, their perversions and proclivities. Because Nancy is sick of Paul. She's sick of him. I made you rich.
Many of them Republican controlled.
Now, that is true. Most of the legislators are Republican, which is funny because they already got it in line with what they want to do.
But there's also good news in the face of this very real threat to democracy. Indivisible has launched Crush the Coup.
Oh, the same coup that...
We can't talk about the real coup. We can't talk about the real coup. But
there's a coup going on right now.
Yeah, according to, and it is the Constitution, Article 2, each state shall appoint in such matter as the legislator thereof may direct a number of electors equal to the whole number of senators and representatives to which the state may be entitled in the Congress. But no senator or representative or person holding an office or of trust or profit under the United States shall be appointed to an elector. So the legislator can choose and control the electors completely. So
Hillary Clinton need to go somewhere and shut the fuck up.
Now, Hillary Clinton, I came across a channel that was talking about this, and they brought some stuff up about Hillary Clinton, and I want to show a clip of old Hillary back in the 90s when the what's her name? I keep forgetting the girl name. Monica Lewinsky,
who is a
Jew.
She's a Jew.
She's a Jew. She was the one caught up with Bill Clinton, obviously, and we kind of forget a lot of stuff was going on during that time. I always say the Clintons are known for putting out a small story to cover up big stories. So they'll purposely release some negative stories that are considered smaller to cover up the big story.
Which they don't want people to know.
They don't want you to know about the other stuff. So this right here took over the headlines when there was other stuff going on. But I'm going to show a clip of an interview she did with Matt Lauer.
Who is
he got hit with he got hit with the same case that Bill got hit with.
His was done in a very
unceremonious, just quick.
It was like these allegations that come out about Matt. He's fired.
Boom, gone.
One person came out.
Well, no, they said it was other cases, but they didn't never reveal them. They never said how many women.
Charlie Rose.
They hit him out the way.
They drugged Charlie through the mud.
Charlie said, you know why, Mama?
You want to know why?
Come on,
Because Charlie ain't no Jew.
Oh, no. Charlie is a Scottish or something?
He's Scottish.
Scotland. All right, let me show this.
Of what we've been through for the last.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Of what we've been through for the last 6 years, and think of everything we've been accused of. And, you know, initially, when this first started and I would be accused of something, or my husband would be accused of something, I would be really upset. And I would want to rush out and I'd say, that's not true. And then somebody would nitpick and say, well, what about this? And I'd say, well, I hadn't thought about that. And then I'd rush around and I'd say, well, that's not true.
That you're no longer, that this doesn't upset you anymore? You're almost numb to it?
It's not being numb so much as just being very experienced in the unfortunate, mean-spirited give and take of American politics right now. So having seen so many of these accusations come and go, having seen people profit, you know, like Jerry Falwell with videos accusing my husband of murder, of drug running, seeing some of the things that are written and said about him. My attitude is, you know, we've been there before, we have seen this before, and I'm just going to wait patiently until the truth comes out.
So if what you have heard is something you can believe, and if what the president has told the nation is the whole truth and nothing but the truth,
right,
then you have to agree that this is the worst and most damaging smear of the 20th century.
Well, I don't know. There have been a lot of smears of the 20th century, but it's a pretty bad one. Well, just think about it, and this is what concerns me. This started out as an investigation of a failed land deal. I told everybody in 1992 we lost money. People said, it's not true. You know, they made money. They have money in a Swiss bank account. Well, it was true. It's taken years, but it was true. We get a politically motivated prosecutor who is allied with the right-wing opponents of my husband, who has literally spent 4 years looking at every telephone, and more than that now, but looking at every telephone call that removed Robert Fisk and appointed him. The same three-judge panel that is headed by someone who was appointed by Jesse Helms and Locke Fairclough.
Also, Janet Reno approved this expansion of an investigation.
Well, of course she is, because she doesn't want to appear as though she's interfering with an investigation. I'm not going to take all that on, because I've learned that we just have to ride this out. It's just a very unfortunate turn of events that we are using the criminal justice system to try to achieve political ends in this country.
Whoa! Who is using the criminal justice system, the crime, the law enforcement for political reasons now? I wonder who.
And you know, when I'm here today, I'm not only here because I love and believe my husband. I'm also here because I love and believe in my country. And if I were just a citizen out there, maybe because I know about the law and I have some idea of some of the motivations here, I would be very disturbed by this turn of events.
When the last time we visited a subject like this involving your family was 1992, and the name Jennifer Flowers was in the news, and you said at that time in an interview, a very famous quote, "I'm not some Tammy Wynette standing by my man." In the same interview, your husband admitted that he had, quote, caused pain in your marriage.
So he's telling me we had a man who ran for office who had multiple public allegations of affairs, and they still voted for him. And you know what you niggas did? Y'all called him the first black president.
Because he had women in different area codes.
I want to play this last little bit right quick.
Story here for anybody willing to find it and write about it and explain it is this vast right-wing conspiracy that has been conspiring against my husband since the day he announced.
Well, right-wing conspiracy. She just said that the right-wing conspiracy is trying to steal the 2024 election. Now she's saying, back then she was saying the right-wing conspiracy was trying to take her husband down.
Now they're trying to
take
the whole party down.
I recently watched the Clinton Chronicles.
There was a...
And
damn.
The drug, cocaine, money laundering, people popping up dead.
Women.
With the women, all type of women.
Yeah, Bill did not have a preference when it came to ass.
None of them.
He did not have a preference. Matter of fact, his son is half black.
He don't claim him.
His alleged son.
That dude
The
done
boy
came
looks
out
just
and
like
said,
him.
"That's my daddy." And people look at him like, "That's your daddy."
He got the goofy teeth and
Everything. But you see his mama didn't say shit.
So she's paid off, allegedly.
She's been told, "Shut the fuck up."
And she shut the fuck up because she know that she will be in a bag.
She'll be a part of that Clinton body count.
A body bag. Allegedly.
That's all I'm saying. But back to the lady, Monica Lewinsky. You know who introduced her to Clinton? Vernon Jordan. Vernon Jordan, the civil rights icon and former Clinton advisor, he is the one who introduced her and walked her through the door of Clinton. Monica Lewinsky also had ties to she had connections to the Pentagon. She worked in the Pentagon. And she also had a connection to the UN.
So what was...
Who the hell is Monica Lewinsky?
Did Monica Lewinsky work for the...
I don't know if I can say it.
Say it. Because I can't say it. I'm scared.
Mossad.
The Mossad. Did Monica Lewinsky work for the Mossad?
How the hell you an intern? She's an intern, 20-something-year-old intern. Had a job had a connection to the Pentagon, the UN, and you were then walked into the White House by Vernon Davis, a very prominent figure. I don't know, man.
See, people just been all these years. People just thought, oh, Monica was just a head giver.
No,
intern, nothing special about. No.
Also,
she was out here doing her job.
Vince Foster. They talked about him in that clip. I didn't show it all. Vince Foster was a guy who was actually helping them cover up the Whitewater case. They talked about the land deal where they allegedly was. That's a whole debacle situation where they basically was stealing money.
Allegedly. And
he's the one that got them out of it. When the case blew up, it was a the Rose firm, law firm, which was in cahoots with the Clintons. They said they was over there shredding papers. So he ended up in a park with a gunshot, with suicided himself. But the gunshot wound, the gunshot was in the back of his head.
He has committed suicide with a gunshot
to the back of his head.
To the back of the head.
No bullet was found. No blood. No brain or skull matter was found at the scene. So, I mean, he wasn't killed there. So he killed himself somewhere else, and his body just ended up at the park.
He killed himself somewhere else and crawled.
He crawled to the park. He killed himself. He shot himself in the head and then drove to the park.
Oh, better yet, he levitated.
Oh yeah.
He was in his spiritual form.
Oh
he
yeah.
Levitated.
His higher level, his higher being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what happened. The Clintons, they dangerous, man.
They're not dangerous people. They're
good people on both sides. I know you were about to say that. There's an echo. Oh, it is. I'm sorry. Let us know if it's me or Travis echoing. Finally, somebody talked about the echo. I hear the echo whenever I go read back on the videos, but no one says it during the live, so I thought it was just YouTube. So you asked for it. You literally asked for it today and you got it. He said there's an echo.
Okay. Do you feel lucky? Punk? Do you feel lucky?
All right. Let me now he want to talk to that. That's
I've
crazy.
been talking into the mic. The man gonna tell you which side he hearing the echo from.
Just let us know. That's from last week. All right. U.S. Congress looks to approve $50 billion in Ukraine aid.
Why are you talking about this and getting these people upset about this?
They should give that money to black people. I guess that's good enough now.
You throwing subliminal shots at somebody and you won't say who you're talking to. Say it with your chest.
So obviously y'all know they're trying to get this money through before they lose in the midterms. Because right here,
passive aggressive.
Right here, with GOP skeptics of Ukraine aid poised to gain seats in Congress, lawmakers look to lock in a huge military assistance package. So they're basically trying to get that $50 billion through before they lose during the midterms. One bipartisan idea would use a funding bill during the lame duck session to secure a much higher level of military and other assistance. What?
Do they keep promoting Red Barn pizza because we black? Keep seeing Red Barn pizza. Is it because we black that they keep putting it up there?
No. Amid concerns that new Congress could take a more skeptical view of aid to Ukraine, lawmakers from both parties are looking to lock in billions of dollars of military assistance to Kiev before newly elected members are sworn in January, according to the lawmaker congressional staffers. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy of California, who is poised to take over as Speaker if the GOP wins a majority in the House in November midterm elections, warned this week that his fellow party members are not going to write a blank check to Ukraine. Out of that $50 billion they planning on sending, how much is going into Zelensky's bank account?
I don't know.
Because let's be honest, this money is just melting.
I have not seen any reports stating that money is going into President Zelensky's bank account. I can neither confirm nor deny that.
You denying it though?
Accusation that you're.
So
I don't know.
Okay,
so I'm not going to speak on that topic.
You scared? Wisconsin taxpayers group.
Don't know anything about it.
This is I ain't got to talk about it. This is 2 weeks old. They wanted him to block the student loan, but Supreme Court Justice Amy Barrett, she didn't block it. This was 2 weeks ago. We didn't get to talk about it. What else? Arizona refuses U.S. demand to remove containers along the border. So they put
they have the right to.
They put shipping containers on their border.
They keep who?
But it ain't. It's open. I don't understand. It's not.
It just sends the message that you're not.
We
welcome.
don't want you here.
So if they see that, maybe they'll swim to another state.
Wow, that was they swimming now. It's Arizona. They ain't swimming there. they just walk through the desert, swimming dirt swimmers. Twitter erupts after Biden tells reporter gas in California has always been $7 a gallon. The man don't know what's going on. I don't
he
think
had the audacity to say, what did he say about the other person?
Who?
Low
who?
Low balanced.
Low balanced.
He said somebody was unbalanced.
Nigga, you off balance. What you mean?
So you saying somebody is off balance, but you saying gas has always been $7 a gallon?
That's his new slogan.
Please
balance.
help us explain.
His new slogan is "Balance Biden."
If gas has always been $7 a gallon and it doesn't mean to be going down.
Exactly. If it's at look, we don't even go into that. We know that's a lie. White House to tap oil reserve again amid high fuel prices. Gas diesel export limits decision unlikely for November. Claim says Biden will speak on gasoline prices.
Seems like they're trying to empty out the reserves.
Yeah. Because they're trying to go away from oil completely.
They want you to drive.
They don't want you driving no car, baby. They don't want you in the car.
Ask the bus drivers downtown how it is driving electrical buses, where every 30, 40 minutes you got to keep going down because the thing will drop down. You got to go back out there and put it up. Ask the bus drivers how they feel about electrical buses.
U.S. supports climate reparations talks at UN summit in Egypt. Negotiations over compensation payments for climate change in developing countries will become a key test in next month's COP27 gathering. So they're saying
getting climate reparations.
So they're saying all these countries that have these tsunamis, hurricanes, floods, it's because of climate change. So the wealthy countries, because of our use of cars and stuff, which is affecting the climate, we should pay reparations to the poor countries who don't use those technologies.
Ooh, some bullshit.
That's what they do. The floodgates just opened for a red tsunami analysis finds. This is Daily Caller. Republicans could win another 12 to 25 seats in the House of Representatives in a massive sweep this November.
Patriots.
God damn it. Ad block is pretty much useless at this point because every website, they like, look, man, get rid of the ad block, you good. Damn. In a massive sweep in November, a new analysis from Cook Political Report predicted the predictions present an even more optimistic situation for Republicans in Cook's last analysis, which predicted 10 to 20 seat gains for GOP. Seats with Democratic incumbents were moved from likely D to toss-up in 4 races, and 2 races with Democratic incumbents were moved from toss-up to likely Republican in this week's analysis. Well, we're not shocked by any of that. I'm pretty sure that was 2 weeks ago, so it's even worse now, considering Herschel Walker is still in a tie, allegedly, with Warnock. Biden gets some directional guidance of his own in his own garden. Footage shows President asks, "Where do we go?" at the tree planting event for White House groundskeeper. Let me see this. You ever just look at him and just be like, he always looked like he yelling, don't he? Doesn't he always look mad? Let me just show this clip right here. Will it load? Hold on. Let me. Fuck it.
It's not loading now.
It's not loading now. They spent $12 billion over 5 years, then $40 billion in February. There's an extra $50 billion before the midterm. Shows they're washing money. Yeah, man. Matter of fact, this was the people were saying that when Trump asked for the investigation into Ukraine, there were people saying that they have their servers over there. We ain't gonna say what the servers were for, and they also said they was over there washing money. We know that Hunter Biden worked with Burisma over there, so more than likely that's what they're doing. What's going on with family? How y'all been? What up, Brandon? I'm super late. Hey, man. It's good. It's all good. Jim Crow Joe is an angry white. Jim Crow Joe. Come on, dang. See how it's lagging now?
Yes. It's
Jim
lagging
Crow
on
Joe.
the big screen. That's why I was saying I can't see.
Oh, it's lagging on the big screen too.
You see it?
Yeah, I see
I
it.
mistook the other shit because you can't see it.
Oh, let me
Blurry.
try this right quick. It might need to be. Let's try to see if we reset it. Hold on.
Are you waiting for this to load or?
No, I'm not gonna wait. All right. All right, should be good now. All right, moving on. Now, speaking of those electric buses we were talking about earlier, electric cars, should I say? Kamala Harris came to Seattle. And she came to Seattle because they have $1 billion plan for electric buses here. And I was like, $1 billion for electric buses? That's what you're going to spend $1 billion on?
When I heard she was coming to Seattle, I was like, I ain't going outside today.
Didn't it? Well, shit, her Secret Service don't fuck with her.
Yeah.
They got in a fender bender with her, so clearly she ain't that protected. Kamala Harris mocked for gushing over a yellow school bus. They really can't let her talk in public. Well, this will play. Let me see. Hold on.
Here's the thing. Who doesn't love a yellow school bus, right? Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus, right? Just, there's something about and most of us, many of us went to school on the yellow school bus, right? And it's part of our experience growing up. It's part of, a nostalgia and a memory of the excitement and joy of going to school, to be with your favorite teacher, to be with your best friends, and to learn.
Kamala drunk. What is she talking about?
Who loves being an escort? I mean, you really...
What the hell? Madonna poses topless on Instagram and flashback to say...
50 Cent done told her that she need to put some clothes on.
Vice President Kamala Harris experienced a new round of mockery after touting her love for yellow school buses during her Seattle appearance Wednesday. Didn't they say that they were going to have to shut things down when she come to town?
Oh, yeah, there was an article saying, Vice President Kamala Harris is coming to Seattle. And
so roads will have to close. And
if you see traffic delays and roads being closed, it's due to the Vice President coming.
That shit ain't changed nothing.
People like, fuck hell.
Harris spoke on Lumen Field in Seattle with a backdrop of 4 electric school buses to announce nearly $1 billion being awarded to school districts to replace older buses with electric vehicles. This funding came in part from a bipartisan infrastructure bill passed in 2021. So we already heard what she had to say. Kamala, what she said it was corny. But it wasn't crazy what she said. She was trying to be nostalgic. She was trying to be, but it was just like so cringe.
She said that it just comes off as she's ditzy.
It's just like, what are you talking about? Yellow school buses.
She was on a small one.
The magic school bus. All right, let me show this right here. Hunter Biden linked to a real estate firm got at least $100 million from Russian oligarch sources. Well, if they were Russian and he was in Ukraine, that's not surprising that he was getting money from Russia, Ukraine, and China. They don't like to bring China up no more. Let me show this one. Oh, this was a story that came that happened. I don't think you saw this one. So Disney just released a new character.
Let me guess, it's a tranny.
Disney unveils its first plus-size heroine and emotional film about body dysphoria that leaves fans in tears.
So
they first fight fat character.
So promoting obesity.
Is it promoting it? We talked about this when we talked about.
Thank God that it wasn't.
Yeah, they made a white.
They make it a black animated character. They chose to go with what they chose to go with.
We talked about this when we talked about Jamaica banning certain music and stuff. So when is it glorifying versus when is it just reality?
This is reality.
If you put fat people in a movie, that mean you're glorifying them? Or is it just make the character fat? Like some people are fat.
We don't want.
we don't want to see
fake
it.
Little girls to have role models like this. We want.
It's a movie. Damn, you ain't want it to exist?
No, don't even make it exist.
All right, let's move on. How long is this? We're going to get this done in 30 minutes. All right, 30 more minutes, y'all. We're going to try to rush through this. I'm not even going to show this tab.
Don't rush, brother. Take your time.
I'm not even going to show this part. We're going to go straight to this one. I really want to show this one. Yeah, we're going to go 30 minutes. We're going to get done with this in 30 minutes. All right. Why I want to load so slow now? I said, you know what it was? Hillary.
Hillary, I didn't say anything.
Disney glorifying fatness. Oh, Lord. They tried to say Trump was a Russian asset because of the same thing Hunter Biden is doing. Well, that's why they shut his ass down in Ukraine. How you going to... I asked for an investigation in Ukraine, and y'all say I'm trying to interfere with their country, but Biden literally got the man who was trying to get the investigation. He had him fired. But all right. Madonna in that photo looks like a blow-up doll. Live memories. Look, we know a lot about Madonna. She like bathing in milk and blood, so I don't know. That's what a Klansman face looked like to my Biden. After he look mean all the time. That's why they wear hoods. That's why they've been jacking off with icy hot. Look constipated, don't he? All right, let me go ahead and go through this now. Let's go quick. UK trying to stop China from recruiting ex-pilots to understand the capabilities of Britain's Air Force. So it ain't Russia, it's China trying to get military secrets to prepare for a possible war. We know Iran and all them are into this too. Qatar energy minister says Europe will get through its energy crisis this winter, but it's going to be much worse next year.
So are they trying to tell us that it's going to be the same?
It's going to get colder and colder every winter.
They said that normally the La Nina, it only happens twice in a row.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the third year in a row.
Because it's going to be the fourth, and it's going to keep going. It's going to be...
So it sounds like to me, like the weather just keeps getting pushed later. The winter just keeps...
When winter comes, it's stronger, but it's shorter, possibly. I actually know that this winter lasts until almost June. Well, not winter, but it took a while for it to feel kind of warm up here.
Well, spring lasted for a while.
Spring lasted until June almost July. So,
but when it got hot, it got hot.
Yeah, but then when it got cold, it was 90, 80, 75, 60. It just immediately...
Yeah, it did drop
quick.
That Saturday, it
just went down.
It was done.
And then it got wet, and they said it's going to be a wet winter.
Well, it's been 3 years in a row. It's been a colder, wetter winter in the Northwest.
Yeah. So they saying that Europe will get to their energy crisis this winter, but it's going to be even worse next year. Basically saying they ain't going to make it.
I don't think you're going to make it.
Not the way he was shivering and shaking on the pavement. That was a perfect line.
That's going to be going on. It's going to be going on in America, too.
Yeah, they say the energy prices are going up here, too, with natural gas, especially in the Northeast. Dozens of LNG laden ship queued off Europe's coast, unable to unload. Now, this is not because they can't get in. Some of the ships are staying on the coast because they're waiting for the prices to go up so they can make more money.
Don't it sound like the Western?
Make some money off of, hey, we're going to wait till this money go up, then we'll sell it to you. So not all those people are out there because they can't get in. November-like chill places 100 million people under frost and freeze alerts. The coldest air since the spring is bringing wintry wake-up call to most of the countries this week, producing record-shattering snow and low temperatures. More than 100 million people woke up Wednesday under frost advisories, freeze warnings, and warnings on what was expected to be the coldest morning of the week for the South and the coldest temperatures for most since the spring. Due to the cold air mass plunging south before expanding east, southern cities actually woke up colder than northern cities. Dallas was colder than Boston, and Atlanta was colder than Cleveland. For the first time on record, Birmingham, Alabama hit 32 degrees before Montana.
We ain't even hit 32 degrees yet.
Beating that notoriously cold city to the first official freeze of the season. New York Central Park dipped to 42 degrees, the coldest temperature since April 29th, and Charlotte's 30 degrees reading sets its fifth earliest freeze on record.
Jeez.
Most of the cold alerts expire by mid-morning Wednesday, but some will linger through Thursday morning, especially across the Ohio Valley, the Gulf Coast, and Southeast Coast.
I honestly hate when it get below. I can deal with 46, 48, 49, 50. When you start getting to 40, 39, 38, 32, that's when it's like, I hate going outside in the morning.
Hold on, let me just get this out of the way. All right. Ukrainians prepare for harshest winter in decades. Russian strikes against the country's energy grid could leave millions without power, water, and heating to protect against freezing temperatures.
And there's been reports of fires here in Seattle because the homeless people are
cold.
They, lighting stuff up to stay warm.
Exactly. That's why for like a month, it was just foggy in this area. But Russia has been attacking their energy grid or their energy plants because, we know Ukraine attacked that bridge. So Russia has attacked back by attacking their energy. So now it's going to be a little hard to get warm this winter.
Yeah.
So.
Because remember that the Northwest is seen as a balance.
Yeah.
It don't get too hot. It don't get too cold. That's why all the homeless people
come up here, yeah. And the West Coast, especially Cali and Florida too.
However, they may be heading somewhere else.
They're getting the hell out of here. They're gonna get out here they're gonna last about a month and then you're gonna start seeing it disappear. Ukraine, or they're gonna be going in these buildings. They're gonna say, fuck it, just bust windows and go.
Or a continuation of what they've been doing.
Ukraine war, blackouts in 1,162 towns and villages after Russia strikes. We already said they're attacking their energy grid to make it worse for the winter. Putin appointed chief exorcist as Kremlin whips up satanic panic. Now listen to this. Russian President Vladimir Putin has been named chief exorcist by a head of the country's Orthodox Church as the Kremlin seeks to redefine the goals of its invasion of Ukraine. Putin, when he invaded the neighboring country on February 24th, used the term denazification, saying that one goal was so-called special military operation, but now his Security Council is shifting to the phrase desatanization. Pavlov, Assistant Secretary of the Security Council on the Russian Federation, is now calling for the desatanization of Ukraine, saying that there were hundreds of sects in the country where citizens have abandoned Orthodox values. I believe that with the continuation of the special military operation, it become more and more urgent to carry out desatanization of Ukraine, he said, according to the state-run Russian news agency TASS. Now remember, the Orthodox Church, the leader of the Orthodox Church, does not refer to himself as the Pope, but he's pretty much their Pope. They don't subscribe to the papacy of the Catholic Church. Remember earlier this year when the Pope was talking about going to Russia and meeting with Putin and the Orthodox leader? They were supposed to meet where? If I'm not mistaken, they were supposed to meet in Israel. And remember, Eastern Ukraine is considered to be a holy land to Russia. That's what their religion started, they say. And what it was Ukraine once called? Khazaria. Who was in Khazaria? Them damn Israelis.
That's
what they call Israelis now.
Big Israel.
And that's why Zelensky referred to Ukraine as he's trying to make it the big Israel.
Because they're trying to get out of the land because judgment is coming. The Middle East going to be blown the hell up.
They're going to bring them to the valley.
They're trying to get the hell out of the Middle East.
Get the hell out of there. Putin says risk of world conflict is high. Moscow officials calls for desatanization of Ukraine. We just talked about that. Putin said basically, it's possible there's going to be a World War III. Ukraine Digital Transformation Officer says online disinformation needs to be thwarted. Says it's a form of cyber attack. If you try to censorship, cancel culture, and erosion civil liberties, subscribe to reclaim or whatever. Chief Digital Transformation Officer at Ukraine State Service of Special Communications and Information Protection, Victor Zarar, has called for a cross-border effort to fight online disinformation. That's been a topic for what, 2.5 years now? Almost 3 years? Disinformation and misinformation?
Yep.
Almost it's basically called internet control of information on the internet. We get to define what's true and what's not. And I already said they're going to split the internet up. You're going to have different areas with totally different internet. We already know China already got their own social medias they use, and along with Russia now, at least, especially, it's going to be separated. You're not going to be able to interact with people from different parts of the world because they got the quote unquote wrong information. And this is the Ukraine is asking for this. Look at this. Saudi cousin of Mohammed bin Salman threatens West with jihad and martyrdom. Now, in this clip, he said, do you know what terrorism started? Basically saying, well, I'll just read it. Saud al-Shalan, tribal leader and grandson of King, whatever his name is, issues warning of tension spike with U.S. over OPEC plus oil production cut. So basically, Biden them sent some harsh words to Saudi Arabia for agreeing with OPEC to lower the production of oil, which raises the price. And his cousin came out and said, you don't want it. Basically, you don't want the work. Now, this is another, more than likely, is leading to Saudi Arabia and the U.S. partnership dissolving, which means the petrodollar will be gone. And they're already in talks with China. Obviously, we talked about this, to make the yuan to be backed by their oil. But we came up to the conclusion that we think Biden didn't want this.
They do. There ain't no conclusion. They want it.
They're ready to move away from the petrodollar. We saw Visa. They came out and said that they're going to start the, what they call it, CB, how you say it? Central Bank Digital Currency. That's it. So CBD, Central Bank, CBDC, damn. Central Bank Digital Currency. So they already talking about moving forward with that. So let me show this. White House recommends creating a digital dollar. This is September 16th, 2022. The Biden administration outlines plans for crypto regulation. There you go. Now, central bank digital currency. While the Federal Reserve has made no decision on whether to pursue and implement a central bank digital currency or CBDC, we have been exploring the potential benefits and risks of CBDCs from a variety of angles, including through technological research and experimentation. Our key focus is on whether and how a CBDC could improve on an already safe and efficient U.S. domestic payment system. So what they're saying is we're trying to just iron out the kinks. We'll be moving forward with this at some point, which is why they're creating this fake public beef with Saudi Arabia. That's what I believe, at least. BRICS, which is what's the B?
I don't know.
You don't forgot?
I don't know.
I know it's Russia, China, South Africa.
Oh, Brazil.
So Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa.
Yes, Brazil.
Their reserve currency in an attempt to reduce the dollar's dominance. So we already know that the Eastern people, they have BRICS. This is what they're going to try to do to usurp the petrodollar. Really, not even a petrodollar. Really, they want to get rid of the SWIFT banking system. They want to move away from that. Stop relying on the West.
The U.S. wants to get rid of it too.
Yeah, they want to get rid of the dollar, not the system, though. They just want to replace the system. Replace the dollar with digital currency. 6th edition of Future Investment Initiative opens in Riyadh with eyes firmly set on new global order in Saudi Arabia. Now, I want to show this right quick. These are the things they talked about. Let me get to it. These are the things they talked about. Look at this. The Great Recalibration, navigating a bipolar world. They telling us it's going to be split up. They're not going for the global unity in one. They don't want to do the one world government no more. They're moving to a multiple. The future of industry is knowledge, industrial revolution, war and peace. The role of business and geopolitical conflicts. Sound like you want tech companies that have more money than some countries that have power. You want tech companies to be governments, basically.
Hell, they already are behind the scene.
Inclusive investment, a new arms race, AI and a new world order. The new golden age, solving pay and wealth gaps with future tech. Risk mitigating the world. Resilience and opportunities beyond COVID. They still talking about COVID. Now, this is all the stuff they discussed at this meeting. This whole thing is about what they call a new world order. You see here, the Institute to hold its biggest ever gathering of world business leaders to understand the new global order. And they told some of the people who were there. These are people that was there: Jamie Dimon, Jennifer Johnson, CEO. I want to show one. Goldman Sachs chair CEO David M. Salomon. There's one in particular. I want to Blackstone Group. There you go. Stephen A. Schwarzman. Blackstone, the ones who buying up everything. Chairman of Hong Kong Exchanges and Clear Limiting. There's another one. Oh, that was it. That's the main one I wanted to show. Right there. All right, let's go on. Times of Israel. As Russia turns to Iranian-made drones, Kiev to request Israeli air defense help. So Kiev, Ukraine, is asking Israel for air defense weapons to defend themselves from Iranian weapons. The Iranian weapons they're talking about are drones that they say are made with lawnmower engines.
What the hell?
They said they can make with lawnmower engines, but they can last in the air for hours. And they're one-time use. So you use it one time, and you can't use it no more. So now they asking for Israel to get in some help. I said, oh, Israel finally getting in it, huh? Little Israel starting to help big Israel. Now I want to show this right here. So we talked about food system. Oh, New World Order. Now we're going to talk a little bit about the food system. How much longer we got? Yeah, we good. Okay, I did all that in 17 minutes. Look at that. Efficient. Now we need 13 more minutes. All right, hold on.
For the future.
Hold on, thing. Pause. I bet she can't run too far.
What are you talking about?
I think you're talking about a Disney character.
Oh.
Here in Dallas, we already had a night in the upper 30s. Yeah, it's getting cold around here. Seattle weather is back on its bipolar nature or artificial. Now, let me say this, Regina. Travis, the ultimate conspiracy theorist. Remember when it was foggy outside and it was smoke? Travis said it was Bill Gates trying to block the sun. He said it like a week straight. It's Bill Gates trying to block the sun. I'm telling you. I think it's judgment. If your weather's off, then you can't grow your crops. Climate change ain't nothing but judgment. Now that's a fact. We talk about that in the Midwest. It was so wet that they couldn't get proper ground crops. I think it was last year, right?
Yeah.
Last week the crops was messed up because of how wet it was in the Midwest. So while it was cold in some places, it was wet in others. Have you guys heard of there's a white people public face, black pope running him behind the scenes, and a gray pope handling them both? Second conspiracy for the day. Well, I know there's two popes for a fact. The one that's been in prison inside of the damn Catholic Church, and the one that's publicly talking. The one that's going around saying all this other crazy shit. There's two popes right now. There's the one that's literally in the Catholic, well, whatchamacallit, he can't go nowhere. You don't just step down as pope. No, he was imprisoned. He didn't just step down. The man is in prison in his own religion. Man, where George at? He going to Mars to get him some green toes. He tired of the pink toes on the earth. I heard of white and black popes, but not the gray. Yeah. Now I want to show this right here. This is called the future of food, edible insects. I'm gonna show this now. This is the last segment.
They go wild rice.
They ain't no damn wild rice. Let me show some of this.
For the future generation, we need to find solutions right now for a better future because of climate change. And edible insects are a solution right now.
Climate change is prompting a re-evaluation of animal-based proteins across the food sector. One company in Switzerland is looking to lower its carbon footprint by introducing insects as their flagship sustainable superfood product.
My name is Jean-Yves Kueng. I'm owner of Entomos. We are selling a food product made with edible insect. In Switzerland, 3 types of insects are allowed. These are the mealworms, the crickets, and the locust. The insects, they don't have a strong taste. The advantage is that you can marry it with a lot of different ingredients. Entomos, we are producing snacks, for example, chips or tortillas. We are also producing flour, which can be used for a bakery. We are also producing a flexi burger, which is a burger made 50% of mealworms and 50% made of beef.
While using a sustainable product is important for the environment, for a chef, flavor is still the key element in determining what to add to the menu.
Je suis restaurateur ici au...
We don't even know how you cook them. Point of the matter is, this is what they want to replace meat with. This is why, and I think it was New Zealand, it was in New Zealand, where they put a tax on cows farting and burping. They said you got to pay a tax to own livestock. This is why they want to get rid of livestock, even in America and in Canada. They want to get rid of livestock so that you can't depend on beef, pork. I don't eat pork, but beef, pork. Hell, they don't even want you to eat fish. They don't want you to eat no type of meat. They want you to eat bugs and fake meat, lab meat, not plant-based, lab meat. Let me show this.
What are y'all meat eaters gonna do?
1,000 Australian schools are fed insects. Are you keen to chow down on micro livestock? So in Australia, just like with COVID, they're already doing it. They're feeding the kids already.
Wow.
Look at this one. This is on Kids News. Insect chips could be just a cricket for the planet's future.
Good for them.
So they're making chips, flour, tortillas.
I ain't eating no insect chips.
Look, Aldi...
we probably already been eating it.
We're going to get to that. Aldi considers selling edible insects to help fund families through a cost of living crisis. Oh, look at this. You're going through such a hard time financially with this recession and all this stuff going on. You can't afford beef? You can't afford chicken? Oh, here's some bugs.
That ain't gonna sit too
So they
well
fuck
with
up your
black people.
economy and then give you some cheap food. And it's not food, it's bugs.
I think white people,
Oh, hell yeah.
they'll go along, but black people gonna be like,
hell no.
hell no. How I'm supposed to fry that?
Budget supermarket Aldi is considered selling edible insects recipe kits as a cost of living crisis hits families. Bugs such as crickets are known to be a cheap and sustainable form of protein. Now Aldi is weighing up whether to stock products by Yum Bug, which makes the insect recipe kits. Young Bug founder Aaron Thomas and Leo Taylor, both 28, are competing against other startups to get their product on the supermarket shelves. Or they're competing because they're trying to be first, which means they know it's going to be a big market, which means they know you ain't going to have access to meat soon. They already told you you're not. So they already jumping the gun and making the product that you're going to need.
Is that a fettuccine they was making with the...
a fettuccine bugs?
The bugs? Come on,
Alfredo bugs?
Come on. I just eat the pasta. I don't got to put bugs and shit on it.
They said you got to add a little flavor, don't you? Look at this. A roadmap for the strategic growth of an emerging Australian industry. To develop resilient food systems, we need to diversify global food supply chains. With more than 2,100 insect species currently eaten by 2 billion people from 130 countries, edible insects present an important opportunity. Insects have high-value nutritional profiles in commercial insect farming. You see that? commercial insect farming. They're going to literally use, when you drive past a farm and you see cows or chickens or pigs, they're saying that there's going to be bugs now. It's going to be a big building filled with bugs. That's your new farm. That's your commercial farming. Yes. True, an ant farm. The farm is going to be a bug farm. That's the new farms. Commercial insect farming is considered to have a low environmental footprint. The global edible insect industry is growing fast, with Europe and the United States of America is leading edible insect market in the West. We already eating bugs. They just ain't telling us yet. We probably been eating them since the damn.
I like those Kiwan chips.
That's probably bugs. The report identified the challenges and opportunities of the Australian edible insect industry, providing a useful framework for First Nations initiative, startups, and insect businesses, researchers and policymakers, and members of the general public who are considering engaging with an emerging industry. Now, this is the thing they put out. Now, look at this. I'm gonna scroll down and down and down.
Delicious.
I want to show you what they say. Look at this. Edible insect products are available globally. So this is what's already available. Foods, protein bars, breads, burger patties, crackers, chips. I don't know what that is. Falafel, flours, granola, alternative meats, pastas and noodles, sausages. Look at this. Beers, milks, milkshakes, soft drinks, spirits and alcohol, protein enriched fortified drinks, candles and lollies, chocolates, ice creams, cookies, bitters, butters, oils, pesto, spices, and seasonings. So how many seasonings you think got bugs in it? People don't know.
That Shazam seasoning.
Here you go.
That's why you like it.
Milk. How much? Bug milk? Butter. So what this told me when it said it's already available globally is it's already in America. And you already eating it and just don't know it. We already ate some bugs and don't know it. Well, you ate some bugs and don't know it.
What?
I don't know. Look at this. This is back in 2021, November 26th. They already said this. Edible insects.
Definitely like it could be at an Asian restaurant. They would put that on the menu. They do that anyway.
They do that anyway, yeah.
This looks like some Asian shit.
Why aren't we eating more bugs?
Yeah, why aren't you eating more bugs? They ain't talking to me.
They are talking to you.
No, they ain't.
They talking to you, my nigga.
They are not talking to me.
Look at this. SFA reviews 16 insect species for human consumption, seeks feedback on import conditions. This is Canada. Tree Hugger, world's largest insect farm to open in France. Once fully operational, the massive vertical farm will produce 200,000 tons of insect-based ingredients a year.
You see, they got the flour next to the, who they hitting that around to?
So who eating the flour?
They gonna dredge it in the flour.
Niggas gonna be eating chicken with bug flour.
No, they ain't gonna be eating chicken with no bug flour. They're gonna be eating bug flour dredged in chicken. I mean, bugs.
Dragged in bugs.
Flour.
Gonna fry the bugs with bugs. New insect species made via genetic engineering. So they making. So not only do they want you to eat bugs, they're making bugs for you to eat.
That's weird.
The discovery of organisms that is new to science has historically required years of field work, but species could become something we create instead of find.
You know, insects have a job to do on the earth too.
Yeah.
So if you're eating all the insects, it's gonna make something unbalanced.
There's thousands of species every year that die out, and thousands more that are started every year. You can't stop it. Bill Gates and Richard Branson are betting lab-grown meat might be the future of food.
You're gonna be eating lab-grown meat?
Vegetarians have long touted the ethical and environmental problems with meat production and consumption. Startups such as Mosa Meat, and Memphis Meats are tissue engineering meat in a lab to allow people to enjoy being a carnivore without any environmental or ethical hangups.
One thing I tried was Beyond Meat. It's disgusting. I took a little bite of it, and it was. It's like you eating raw meat almost. Like it was.
Even
disgusting.
it's cooked, it still tastes raw.
It was just, if anybody out there, has anybody tried that Beyond Meat? It was the burger patty. It was disgusting.
Oh, let me see.
You'd be better off just making your own burger using beans and mushrooms. Make a veggie burger.
Yeah.
You just buy mushrooms and black beans and just ground it up and make your own patty instead of using fake meat.
Yeah, shoot, Travis might be correct because that fog didn't feel nor smell real. Looking yummier and yummier, no consumption of bugs knowingly. Bill Gates bought all the land maybe for this purpose. Yeah, he bought the land. We thought he was buying farmland to control the food source. Yeah, the food source is going to be bugs and his fake meat. A neighbor this week was told by the city she has to remove her old tree as it interferes with trees they maintain, as in GMO trees. Maintain trees.
Did you just like to put it on?
So the maintain trees, her real tree was in the way of the
GMO trees.
Me neither, Travis. No bugs. Dreads and bugs barb. Great point, Travis. Didn't consider that. Re-eating all those bugs messed up in ecosystem. Yeah. Beyond Meat is disgusting.
Thank you, brother. Beyond Meat it tastes like raw food. It tastes like you eating raw meat. It's the weirdest taste I ever tasted in my life.
Something you're not supposed to eat, not supposed to taste good.
It probably was a human.
And if they talking about Beyond Meat, it's funny you say that. Subway to test Beyond Meatball in North America. Now, this was back in 2019.
I think Beyond Meat is human bodies.
You think it's human? So you think you just ate human then?
I spit it out.
I
didn't swallow it.
But you ate it.
I tasted it. It's a difference.
Here you go.
It wasn't good.
Subway to taste Beyond Meat meatball in North America. So
maybe because it was a tough old bird I was eating. I wasn't eating a tender.
You get a tender youngster. You get an old flabby one. Bill Gates, rich nations should shift entirely to synthetic beef.
You eat the shit, Bill. We don't want. Well, I can't speak for y'all. I'm sure y'all don't want no fake.
You not sure? We spoke to Microsoft co-founder about this, his new book, The Limits of Optimism, the tech breakthroughs and the energy policies we need, and how his thinking on climate change has evolved. So he's saying that the wealthy people, the countries like America and the West, as they say, need to think about just eating some synthetic beef.
He needs to worry about himself and mind his business.
How a lab can grow your next meatball sub. Look at this. Cells are collected from an animal to start the process. Usually cells are taken from a muscle or skin sample. Cells go into a bioreactors, which are also used in other industries like breweries to start growing. Starter cells begin to duplicate into a larger sample. This cells are fed a growth medium that contains glucose, vitamins, and other materials needed to keep them alive and reproducing. Cells attach to scaffolding or edible materials that give them a surface to reproduce and become specialized muscle and fat tissues that replicate animal meat. The cell-based final meat products is taken from a bioreactor and packaged for consumption.
Or we can let nature do what it's supposed to do.
And grow the animal,
put two
kill
animals
it, and eat
together,
it.
let them do what they got to do, create more meat. Who give a damn about them farting in the air and burping?
They've been doing it for thousands of years. Come on,
we
man.
fart in the air and we burp, so are we destroying the environment?
Well, you gotta remember, they consider us useless eaters. So yes, you are cattle. Matter of fact, what do they feed cows and chickens? And what do they feed them? Grass and bugs, right? Well, who they feeding the bugs to now?
Damn, dude.
You the new cattle.
That was a genius, Duke. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You the new cattle. They
That
feeding
was
your
good.
ass bugs. You
the chicken. Black people, all that chicken you been eating.
You
now
the chicken now, nigga. Like Bernie Mac said, he said, man, you better watch out my dog in here. Hey, you the dog, motherfucker. You the dog, motherfucker. You are the cattle. You eating the meat.
That was good.
Getting fatted
I gotta
up.
give it to you. That was good.
You getting fatted up so they can slaughter your ass. You gonna be the human Beyond Meat. Damn. That's you. For them.
Wow.
No kill burgers. U.S. firms eye green light to sell lab grown meat. Companies creating lab grown steak, chicken, and fish see a recent White House announcement as a signal that meat grown without animal slaughter is on the cusp of being legally sold and eaten in the U.S. We are laser focused on commercial scale production. Commercial scale, they want to do big scale farms. And for us, that means moving to competing with conventional meat products in scale. Vice President and Product of Regulation at Upside Food and Cultivated Meat Company, as the industry calls itself, the goal is to be selling its meat on the U.S. market within a year. That's October 5th, 2022. So by next year, you eating fake meat and beef on the on the chef.
That ain't gonna go
Shelf.
too well with a lot of people.
That's what they say. It's the last one right here, y'all. Israel's refined meat to boost 3D printed meat scales in your. So look,
3D.
So now look, let's break. They want you to eat. They want you to eat bugs. Then they want you to eat lab created bugs. They want you to eat fake meat, lab created, and now they want you to eat 3D printed meat.
What? They want us to eat paper?
How do you make three?
You know, there's such thing as when you're in bakery, you can make 3D edible.
Yeah.
Stuff to go on top of.
But that's made out of like what they call it, creams and stuff, ain't it?
It's
Don't
different.
it put it out there for you? It's still coming out of the machine, right?
Yeah.
So, but this is how do you?
That's the same thing. It's like 3D edible steak.
That's what it is.
Okay.
And it's in Israel. Israel's refined meat on Thursday struck a partnership with Monaco-based importer Gardy Meats in an effort to drive European distribution of its 3D printed new meat steak cuts.
I mean, I would say go to Africa, but they eating bats and.
Hey, I'd rather eat a real bat. Would you rather eat a real bat or fake meat?
Well, I don't eat meat, so I'm fine.
What are you worried about then?
Because they're gonna start making the pastas out of damn insects and
Well,
shit.
your grass made stuff is
They're
not
already
gonna
doing that with the
fake. Wait. Who's to say? Are they already making fake? If they're making fake trees, who's to say they ain't making fake grass to make grass made food? That's not even real.
It's gonna be made out of bugs.
Yeah. It's gonna be not meat. It's not gonna have certain ingredients you don't want. It's organic and natural. The startup, which raised $170 million in the Series A financing round this year, operates large-scale meat printers at a headquarters in Rehovot, south of Israel's coastal Tel Aviv city, as well as a new factory in the Netherlands. And that was put out, when was this? October 13th, 2022.
They got me shaking like a hole in church.
Shaking in your boots. So that's what you got coming in your plate, y'all.
I know I'm gonna start buying up pastas and shit. That pastas lasts for a long time. And rice.
Yeah.
Lasts for a while. I'm gonna get like 5 pounds of damn rice.
Oh yeah, I got rice.
Go ahead and get the top ramen.
Oh yeah.
The oodles and noodles. Go ahead and buy them now before they turn.
Before they turn them into bug food.
Load up.
He said black bean burgers are better. I've heard about that too. I've heard about black bean burgers.
You seen me make them.
Yeah.
All right, I bought them too. Black bean burgers.
You made them, didn't you? You made them.
Yeah, I made them and I bought them. They're good.
Strong ends as opposed to weak one. Great show, brother, in peace. All right. I thought this was the same thing about Beyond Meat. I think it's aborted, baby. About these real talk. Hey, there's been theories that all our food already have that in our food, American society especially. The same way they be spraying that shit in the air. What do they call it? The streaky stuff in the air. What do they call it? Chemtrails.
Chemtrails. Yeah.
What is in those chemtrails? Some people say it's blood. They spraying blood on society. I don't know. Nasty bastards. Yeah, we the new cattle. You hit that mark, dude.
She couldn't leave after she heard that.
Oh man, yeah, we kept y'all long enough.
One, dude. I gotta give the dude that was a good one.
Yeah, that's 3 hours and 37 minutes. We got through it. Next week we won't be over 2 hours. Over 3 hours. I'm gonna try to tone it down. I'm sorry, it's a little long. Hopefully you enjoyed the discussion we had. I will be clipping up some of this stuff. I will be adding the timestamps tomorrow, in case people just want to skip certain things.
You know they do.
But thank you for coming through and sitting with us this long. Really appreciate the support.
Thanks for viewing the channel.
You already got. I'm about to say what you want to say.
Thanks for viewing the channel.
But yeah, definitely appreciate it. Please like on your way out. Please comment. If you can, just click on after the stream. Just click on the stream and comment something. Say good video or something if you like it. We really want to get some comments in the thing, in the underneath the video. But yeah.
Or if you didn't agree with everything.
Yeah, dislike it. You can dislike it and say what you dislike. We'll comment some stuff back and forth. But yeah, man. Really appreciate it.
Discord.
Y'all be safe. All praise to the Most High. And peace, man.
Oh,